fellow Americans. Thank you for being here with the greatest host of them all. He is fantastic. He is so great. I love this host, and everybody agrees with me. Welcome to the Dennis Herrera Show.
You heard the man. Welcome to the Dennis Herrera Show. Ah man, one day I'll get this right. One day I'll get this right. It's what happens when you don't have a team that has all this knowledge of technology. You get me. What's up? So we got Brian and my man. You guys are down with the old school. What's up? Craig Miss says Pam Bundy's gone. Now what? I think Craig Miss, you missed our earlier live. We've already talked about it, but don't worry, you'll get a second chance. This is what we're gonna go ahead and talk about it as well. But we got other things that we can talk about, and I'm gonna start off with Ilhan Omar. How many people here love Ilhan Omar? I like Ilhan Omar. She's fantastic. I think she is one of the most professional liars of our time. She is a great politician. I'm going to tell you that right now. Speaking of politicians, I do not like any politicians at all. I'm going to tell you why. They are all selfish. They all just look out for their political gains, and I'm not for that. So I hope that people that run for office actually run for office because they want to help this country. I voted for Trump because I believed he wanted to help this country. And a lot of people that are in the administration, I get it. There's a bunch of rich people, millionaires, billionaires, etc. They're business people, and I always thought that we need a business guy to be president of the country so that we can interact with other nations and make deals. And well, that's what President Trump has been doing. And I'm going to tell you something. They play on the emotions of the people. Like, for example, for myself, I like to have my heart into anything that I do. And I've always been very good at technical support for companies that I work for, because I liked the job. I've always been a very good sales guy, not because I'm a salesman, but because I like my job. I believe in the product. Good leasing agent. Why? Because I believe that we had the best apartments for the right price until we didn't. And then I couldn't do it no more. I just can't. It's one of those things too where you have to choose, or, either you're going to make more money, but you have to cheat people and lie to them, or you just go somewhere else. And that's exactly what I did. Now, things didn't work out the way that I wanted to at that time, but, came back and started over from scratch. Yeah, not as much money, but it's okay. You know what? As long as I have my family and as long as God is with me, I have everything that I need. So with that being said, you know what? I am going to be here for a few more years. I don't know how long I'm going to be here. If I am allowed to do something great, of course, we're going to stay here longer. But I am not going to be sacrificing my life. I'm not going to be throwing my family's time away just to please people that don't want to help anything to make this country better. For that matter, this state. So with that being said, Tanya, how are you, sis? Welcome back. Welcome back. Jorge. Uh, Jorge, you don't even know me. Thank you for stopping by. You go to the corner for 10 minutes for making a stupid-ass comment. Basilea, good evening. Omar, welcome, my friend. Listen, I have no loyalty to any party. I would like to believe that the only loyalty that I have is to the United States of America, and if that means going against politicians, that's what I'm going to be. And if I ever join, most likely I will have to join a party anyway. I will have to make sure that that the party that I support knows where I stand. I don't want to join a party because I need their money. I would not run for office because I need your money. That's not how it works. Not when you're serving the people. If you're doing it for a business, well, here we go. This is what I do for a living. Okay, this is what I'm putting my time into to make money. If you're not entertained, and if you're not getting any benefit out of it, if you're not uh, finding it at all entertaining, then you don't have to be on my channel, but you also don't have to be rude. So if you come into my channel, please be be nice, okay? No, you don't become loyal to your president. That is the wrong mentality. You don't want to be a loyalist. Loyalism will get you nowhere. You have to understand the difference. See, this is why Democrats keep messing up. This is the reason why we have a problem today. Democrats, even though the party is no longer Democrats, they keep messing up with their vote because they're loyal to the party. Well, you don't want to be a loyalist. I am not a loyalist to President Trump. I support him because I believe he's doing the right thing right now. That's it. If he starts, doing things that I feel that are not necessary, that I feel like, he's messing up and he's really is betraying our country, I will not support him. Period. That's just the bottom line. I'm not going to support him. That's how it goes. And I tell you the same thing. If you're not entertained, if you don't find any value, or you don't even like being in my channel, you are more than welcome to get the hell out of my channel. Or if you want to be supportive, I got people in here that are very supportive. All my members that are green and blue here, they support me financially, and I appreciate that. That's kind of how the thing works. But that's what I want you to understand. Do not be a loyalist. The moment you become a loyalist, you become a traitor to your country. And take that with a grain of salt. Because, if the Republican Party just turns and it goes into a horrible party, just because you're Republican doesn't mean that you're going to keep voting for them if they're not for the people. See, that's what I want. I want people right in the middle. I want somebody that's American and say, you know what, today we're Democrat. Hey, tomorrow we're Republican. What we need to follow is the policies that put America first. The policies that put the interest of the American citizens first. That's where we go with that. Why can we not support the Democratic Party right now? Number one, they are not the Democratic Party that we know. We already know they're Marxist, communist, socialists. They call themselves socialist Democrats because it sounds nice. It sounds like they are for the people. That's why we don't support them. We don't support socialism. Because the only reason why socialism exists is why? Because capitalism supports it. We need to have a fountain of income to be able to make this country work. And the reason why we're so successful, number one, all glory be to God. The reason why we're so successful and rich in this country is because of God. He's with us. And there's only like 60-something% left of us Christians on here. We need to join and stay strong. If you want to be a loyalist to God. Be a loyalist to Jesus Christ. You can never go wrong because that's perfection. Never be loyal to a person. And now, when I talk about loyalism right now, we're talking about politics, not relationship. You should always be faithful to your partner. That's loyalty. Children, loyal to the parents. That is but the only difference that I will put on there. But politically wise, you don't want to be a loyalist. I want to be able to make sure that that's clear. Politically wise, do not be a loyalist. Okay? Woo! Man, that's a good start. Welcome to the Dennis Herrera Show, and I hope that you like my invitation. Man, I got to work on that imitation. I got to practice and practice and practice. I just don't have time to go practice President Trump's voice. We'll see if maybe later on we can buy some software that will make the voice for me without me straining my little vocals Amen, amen, says Basilia. All right, the first video. Oh man, yeah, why not, right? Let's go ahead and start with what do you guys want? You want Ilhan or you want vacation photos of the Congress? I don't know if they're going to show. I haven't watched these clips myself, so I'm asking you to see if you want to watch it. Okay. All right, here we go. So, oh, by the way, you're looking at a live video there of the NASA that we saw earlier today. So I want you to know that's what's in the background in case you were wondering what the hell is that ugly ass picture Dennis has in the background. It's not a picture, it's a video. I'm sure you've seen it clicking off and on. That's what that is, okay? All right, let's go ahead and why don't we start off with, let's start off with TMZ just to see what's going on there. Let's take a look and see what's going on with TMZ.
All right, welcome back. We are chatting this morning with TMZ, and TMZ had asked the public to send in pictures of people in Congress on vacation, and we're learning more about that this morning.
Yeah, they got a lot of pictures, a lot of footage of congressmen, senators on vacation. And joining us this morning is Charles Baudier, the executive producer of TMZ. Good to have you here this morning.
Hey, good morning, Bill and Aaron. How are you doing?
Doing great. Now, some of this coverage, like Lindsey Graham at Disney World, has gone viral, and people are obviously taking note. How did TMZ make the decision to focus on the lives of lawmakers?
I will say it was sort of an impulsive reaction to something an interview we did last week on TMZ Live. We were talking to a TSA officer from Idaho, actually, who was just struggling. Obviously had not been paid in a long time, and she was down and out, struggling to support her family. And we just got angry about it. We were very upset. And so we decided, we were talking, this was the day before Congress was going on their 2-week recess, and we said, you know what, this is unfair that they get to go on this 2-week vacation while people like this TSA officer are struggling. And so we said, you know what, if they're gonna go on vacation, let's get some photos of them on vacation. Let's see how they are living it up, enjoying their life of leisure, while there's so many thousands of federal workers who are struggling to make ends meet. So that was the genesis of it, and people have responded. They have been sending us lots and lots of photos when they encounter their members of Congress out everywhere around the world.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I know it's been a tough time. Members of Congress trying to get the deals done, both sides going back and forth, and then they do have their, recess for vacations. But again, still, it's at the hands of other people not being able to be compensated for what they're doing. So, can you tell us a little more about the Scotland trip that a bunch of lawmakers were on?
Yeah, I would say, do you know where your congressman or congresswoman is? Because we found 30 of them. 30 on a trip to Scotland. So a TMZ viewer is over in Scotland and saw a couple of Congress members in this group at Edinburgh Castle, and they sent that photo in, and we started making some calls about the people that we could identify. And what we came to find out from some sources on the Hill, that there were not just, initially we thought there were 3 members of Congress. I think it was someone from Wisconsin, Iowa, and I can't remember the third one. But what we found out after we made these calls, there are actually 30 members of Congress, and we've since identified several more. None of them are from Washington. But 30 members on this trip, and it's a congressional delegation that's over there, and which means that this is paid for by taxpayers, which is also enraging. But we also found out that this typically isn't done when there's a shutdown. These congressional delegations, they call them CODELs, they happen all the time, where members of Congress travel around the world, different places, to meet with local politicians there and some business owners. But it's never done when there's a shutdown. Now, for some reason, maybe because this is only a partial shutdown, this one went through. But yes, the U.S. taxpayers we are funding this trip at the same time that you have, federal workers who aren't being paid and are, as I said, struggling to make ends meet here. And yesterday rent was due. They've got car payments. They've got to feed their families. Yet these trips are still going on. And Congress can't, for whatever reason, won't compromise to reach a deal to fund the government here to make sure these people can be paid.
Yeah, you've also caught lawmakers on both sides of the aisle lying about where they were. You have the photos to back it up. Are you getting any response from these lawmakers?
We have intentionally, when we have done these posts, not said anything about their parties, because for us, this is a completely nonpartisan effort here. Because the Republicans and the Democrats, they're both to blame, because the deal here is they've got to compromise, and they're both unwilling to do that. So when we write the post, we're not mentioning anything about party. The only time we mention their party is when their spokespeople respond to us, and in their response, inevitably, they always blame the other party, and they say, I voted 4 times for this. It's the other side that isn't getting the deal done. So it has been nonpartisan, yes, but we've seen people, Lindsey Graham was at Disney World. That was quite an image of him with the bubble wand. We also got Robert Garcia, Congressman Robert Garcia from here in California. He was in Vegas at the Fontainebleau and offered his explanation for that. He said, look, I'm here visiting my family, and he said he doesn't mind what TMZ is doing. He thinks this is a good thing to do. He wants to shine a light on the fact that Congress isn't getting the deal done. A lot of what we've heard a lot of people say, a lot of them are blaming Mike Johnson, the Speaker of the House, saying he should not have let us go home. We should have stayed and worked out.
Like they're children. Like they can be forced. Like children. It's like, what the hell do we have in politics right now? I am serious. Like I am very disturbed from both sides of the aisle. You guys know that I love Senator Kennedy, but Senator Kennedy has gotten to an age to where he has to find a way to. He plays the I'm innocent guy too much. He plays this character like, I don't want to talk shit about the left side or the right side. He doesn't have a firm stand on something, and he's always calling like this piece of junk politicians. Oh, he's a great friend of mine. And why? Why is he a great person? Why is he a great person? Why is he a great friend to you? Why? You don't call an asshole a great guy. You don't call a person that lies and persecutes others a great person. Somebody to go and stand, for the law and what's right. I got you. But every time he says something, it's just like now he's gotten to an age to where I love Senator Kennedy. I think he's funny. But it's one of those things to where, like, this is why we need term limits. We cannot allow people to be 50 years in office. It's like they study for a career, as a doctor until they die. No, after a certain age, you got to be able to come on. How many years can you serve? Even President Trump in his 80s. That we should not be having a president in the 80s. Now, granted, he's doing a good job, and he's probably better health condition than I am right now. But we got to be honest. These people have been in office way too much. They've been corrupted by greed. Money is what moves them. And I found out, like, the closest thing that I can give you, the most recent thing. Not the closest. The most recent thing is I called in. I've never been a politician. I've always believed that if you have the right mentality, the right heart, and you got the right solutions, that you will be a candidate that a committee would get behind. And that's not it. They're money hungry. They're money driven. And that's not me. Listen, the salaries of these people is not bad. It's good salaries. They're middle class salaries. But once they get there, it's like they forget about the lower class. Everybody bitches and complains about the rich class. What about the lower class? What about the lower class? Money talks. It's all about money, period. Money and power. That's not what servants are supposed to do. Public servants are not supposed to be about power and money. You know, people on one side, they blame Trump because he's still making billions of dollars. He's a billionaire. He's been, his whole family, they're in rich money. They're millionaires. They got money. And if you think that they're cheating you somehow, do what they do. Whatever choices they make, you make. And see how that goes. But if they lose money, so will you. If they become successful, so will you. If you want to go that way, support that. But I find very interesting, and somebody mentioned it in here, and we saw one of the pictures in there. One of the pictures in there shows Bernie flying first class. They showed a picture of Ted Cruz in the Florida airport. He's going back home, spend time with the family, but he was sitting coach. Ted Cruz, riding coach on the plane. Bernie Sanders, private plane or first class seat. It looked like a first class seat. I don't know if that's a private plane. But the people on the left keep complaining about Trump being a billionaire. Oh, you see how many billions he's making. But they don't say anything about a negative $50,000 bartender who is now worth millions of dollars. Who the hell, you become politician so that you can become a millionaire? How does that happen? What are you doing? So I can't. I don't like politicians at all right now. I'm against every single politician right now. I shouldn't say every single, because the guy that they hate the most right now, it's Mike Johnson. Mike Johnson donates his salary. The guy is helping over 60 veterans, food and shelter. Mike Johnson. And the left hates the guy. It just doesn't matter. Anybody that says, I stand with Trump, they hate that. It doesn't matter what they're doing good. And I hate that mentality. It gets to maybe I won't even run. Maybe I won't even run for governor. But I'm going to tear these people apart in public. I'm going to be very well outspoken about all the things that they do wrong. Because there should not be in politics to become kings of anybody. And what pisses me off is that the more they call Trump king, it tells me they think they're kings. I know those people. I work with people like that. They always blame somebody else. And they thought they were the boss. I know people that talk bad about their boss and then they act like they are the boss. They show up to work late. They call in whenever the hell they want. Sometimes they show up. Sometimes they don't. At least the bosses are actually doing their damn job. And that's how Democrats and Republicans act. They want to blame everybody. They want to blame each other. They want to blame the other side. Mike Johnson, my respect. My respect. To be able to do what he does, it's amazing. Everybody on the left side, they're just so hateful right now. I get it. Both sides have it. But the left side is the most hateful side. And I think that the reason why it shows this way is because they they hire or they lie to these mentally ill people. Usman, who probably doesn't even speak English that much, comes to tell me he can't understand my accent. Oh, you know I got to do it, guys. You know I got to do it. You know I got to tell him to shut up, right? You know what? You know how it goes. Here we go.
Once a stronghold of forces loyal to captured dictator Saddam Hussein, the city of Tikrit, here in northern Iraq, is now firmly under the control of American forces. Or is it? These members of the Iraqi resistance movement, still loyal to Saddam Hussein, think otherwise.
The Americans tell lies. Each day our forces grow stronger. Each day we move closer to our goal of driving the infidel... What are they?
Nothing, carry on.
Driving the infidels from our motherland. We are not afraid to... Are they subtitles? They are, aren't they?
No.
Well, what do I need subtitles for? Can't you understand what I'm saying? I studied English at the bloody American University in Cairo.
Well, obviously I can understand what you're saying.
Oh,
but it's
you see how they condescend to us with their subtitles.
Oh, maybe it's teletext, for the hearing impaired.
Teletext.
No, a lot of TVs come with teletext nowadays.
Wait, say something again.
My friend has an 80-something...
Hey, how come he doesn't need subtitles?
Well, obviously he's comprehensible.
No, and I'm not.
Look, if you...
I speak perfect English. She sells seashells by the seashore. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. Round the ragged rocks, the rack... Oh!
The situation remains as dangerous and volatile as ever here in northern Iraq. While the rebuilding continues...
What? I can't understand you speak English. Where are your subtitles now? Oh, you think you're so good. Look at me. I got the subtitles.
Kerry Downs, Iraq.
Shut up.
Shut up, Osman. Oh, man. Every time, bro. Every time. Every time they do that, man. I think that by now they probably know, and they'll probably start to do it on purpose so that they can hear it. Not funny. It didn't laugh, says Revolution. Probably because he don't understand the joke. It was made in English. Oh, man. So easy. So easy. You will not trigger me, buddy. Not today. At least not today. You're not going to trigger me. Somebody probably will at some point. Maybe not. Maybe not. But anyway, Mike Johnson, man, he really is an angel. I got my most respect for Mike Johnson. I can't say anything about anybody else's character. Not at the moment, but Mike Johnson, man, he really is a Christian man. He really is. And when I think of America, to be an American, that's exactly what I think of. Mike Johnson. I'm serious. Mike Johnson and his wife. Beautiful wife, by the way. They're you can tell they have serious conversations. You can tell they joke about, with themselves. You can tell they love each other, and you can tell they also disagree with things. But at the end of the day, they're very family-oriented, which I can't say much about many people. But I really think that Mike Johnson it's amazing. As a matter of fact, he's the Speaker of the House. He should be able to run for president. Oh, man. Let me see if I got a strike down on that song. Hold on, buddy. Hold on. You're a dumbass. Who wants to hear the song? If you want to hear that song, put a one in the chat. Let me see if I gotten. Let's see. No, I have gotten no claims on it. No claims at all. Let me go ahead and grab the information here, and we're gonna go ahead and put it on the description. I think it's worth putting it in there. So at some point, we are gonna play this song. We got a song for all our loving Democrats in the House. I gotta put a pause on this thing. I'll have it ready. I'll have it ready. I know who wants to put that song. Let me see who gets it. Let me see who gets to be the wolf that gets to get the man. I can't even say it. Who's going to get this phone dedicated to themselves? We'll find out. We'll see which one. It's only a matter of time before your show is taken down. You are digging your own grave, says anti-fascist. You know what that tells me, anti-fascist? It tells me that you are the dumbest of the day. And with that being said, dun, 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 dun. The Brooksville. This is for all the anti-fascists, all the lefticals, and all the libtards out there. This one is about, wait a second, wait a minute. Something's missing. Something is missing. I will figure it out. I will figure out what's missing here. Give me a second. I got to make sure that he gets credit for it. Don't want to get copyright strike. You know what I'm saying? Let's make sure he gets credit for it. And then we'll continue once we have the right. Let me see, how much is that? 4 minutes. Yeah, 4 minutes. Let's see. Let me find it. I'll find it. This is fun. I should have had this. I should have had this ready. I should have had that ready. There we go. Oh, man. No. We don't want to be struck on that one. we don't want that one. That's probably already bad enough as it is right there. Anybody else wants to be a dumbass on my show tonight? Yeah, we're gonna leave that pause right there so that you guys know what what this emoji is right there. I'm just gonna wait for libtards to come in, and we're just gonna go ahead and have fun with them. And if we also have shut up. We also have shut up. Why do I need subtitles? My English is so bad. I need subtitles. That's right. And if anything, if you believe that Democrat politicians tell you the truth, well, don't take my word for it. Let them tell themselves who they are and what they say. Don't listen. Don't take my word for it.
All over where we go, people say, well, why can't you stop illegal immigrants or others from coming here? And the number one answer we give our constituents is when they come here, they can get jobs, get benefits against the law because of fraud.
Not a single federal dollar, not a single federal dollar goes to undocumented immigrants. Not for Medicare, not for Medicaid, not for ACA. Why are they making up this lie?
He says, why do they make up this lie? And they are the ones lying. That is exactly what happened to the Democratic Party. They became communist socialists. Let's not forget, Antifa, the supposed anti-fascist, they are the fascist. And they're also communist. You know that Black Fist used to stand for Black Power? Now that stands for communist. That's why they use it. It stands for communist with Antifa, which is funny because it shouldn't be called Antifa. It should just be called FA for fascist. Oh, man. I tell you what, man. I do want to say Thank you for those who have been very supportive of my channel. Thank you for your likes. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for everything. Honestly, I appreciate it. And let me make sure this guy doesn't come out. Okay. I want to say thank you for that, and let me go ahead and just recognize some of my members with my fantastic dance. That I don't know. You guys be the judge. Who makes a better dance, Trump or Dennis? Let's go ahead and see. Donald or Dennis? Let's see the vote. Let me put this here. Hold on. Let's start off a poll. Let's start off a poll. Here we go. Here we go. Let's use the last names. Let's use the last names. Here we go. Here we go. Best dancer. Here we go. How is there a split? Wait, did I not put this in here right? What happened? Oh my goodness, you loyalist bastards. Oh, Jason Martin, what's going on, man? He's throwing that super in there, man. You're the man, brother. Thank you. I appreciate you, brother. Oh, by the way, Martin, just so you know, the last time I was confusing Jason Beatrice with you, but I was talking about your salads. I don't like bok choy, and I said, where is my salad? But that you were not here when I asked that. It was a few days ago. I got to make sure that I tell you, where's my salad? And then also, I saw your jalapenos wrapped in bacon. Oh, my gosh. Let me tell you something. They're really bad for me. But I love jalapenos in bacon. Bacon, 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 bacon. Oh, bacon. You're watching the Dennis Herrera Show here with Dennis Herrera, your favorite, most awesome host. The one that tells it to you like it is. As a matter of fact, we have a new boss chat. We got a master of this chat today. Every time that the boss changes, you got to remind me. You got to remind me. I got to give you credit for being the boss of the chat. No, Jason Beatrice, I said I asked you that one day, but it was actually for Jason Martin. Yeah, it was for Jason Martin. All right, here we go. Jason Martin is the boss of the chat. I want... be careful, Dennis. Don't expose the truth too much. They will come after you. They already do. But you know what? I think that's what it's called. It's that crazy... It looks like... I don't know. It's supposed to be like some sort of lettuce. Like some sort of lettuce. Oh, man. Billy Bob, don't say that. You're going to be put in time out for that crap. I eat raw jalapenos with... Oh, Antonio, bro. Oh, my God, dude. Don't worry, Jason. I will give you credit here. I will give you credit for that for being the boss of the chat, but let me tell you, bro, I don't like the taste of raw jalapenos. And number two, I'm not man enough. I'm not man enough to handle it. But with that being said, let me go ahead and give credit to the boss of the chat. Let the man dance for Jason Martin, putting the first super chat of the night. The big boss, el jefe, el patrón. Jason Martin, you are the boss of this chat. Yes, bok choy is a sort of you said a cabbage. So I rather use actual cabbage. The only reason why I don't like bok choy is because it has a bitter taste, an after bitter taste. It's just such a turn off. I'd rather have actual cabbage. Let's see. Did we get 30 votes? We get 30 votes in there? Yep, 33 votes. Dang. I can't even beat the president in my own channel. Damn. 58% prefer Trump's dance. I don't blame you. That was AI. I'll tell you what. I'm going to record my dance for real, my dance. And then I'm going to put it next to the president. And, well, we're going to go ahead and flip it just like I did right there. Maybe that's going to be my thing this weekend. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Maybe I'll do it this weekend. But I love cabbage, brother. I'm going to tell you. Here's my favorite soups. You ready? Now, every soup is special, and you don't want to eat this soup just every day. There's got to be some occasions. Okay. For example, soups for lunch for the weekend. A weekend soup that I would like for lunch is beef soup with the bone, the big bone, right? You know what I'm talking about? The big bone. That soup has to have potatoes, chayotes, cabbage, and yuca. That's it. And then, of course, the ingredients that we use, that's different for everybody. But that's a nice soup for a weekend soup lunch. It is phenomenal. And then you got your traditional, chicken soup. And chicken soup, I like the chicken soup with potatoes, with carrots. You can also put cabbage in there if you want. But it's better if you put in green bananas. That's just me. And then maybe some noodles. I like to put noodles in the chicken soup, and I like a lot of water because it rehydrates you when you eat the chicken soup. And most likely people like that when you're sick, and you got a cold or something. It's supposed to be good for you. Those are my two soups that I will eat, for specific days. Chicken soup. Probably most of the time, but beef soup, it feels like a weekend nice lunch soup. Very good. And then I have my other specials. Now I don't know if you know what mondongo is, but mondongo, I believe, if anybody can correct me there, I believe mondongo is stomach. I think it's the stomach soup, and the soup is made with chayote. With green bananas. No, sorry, not green bananas. With plantains, normally ripe plantains, okay? And you cut them in pieces. You throw them in there with the whole with the banana peel and everything, okay? You have that. You got plantains. You also, of course, potatoes every time, and then chayote every time, and then you have, of course, the is it pork belly? I think it's pork belly. I can't remember. I think it's pork belly. And then what else you put in there? And the soup, secret ingredient in there, I'm not going to tell you the amounts of it, but it has coconut milk. Now, what's crazy is that this coconut milk, and I know Mexicans, they're very close to the flavor of the Hondurans, costeña soup. But you can also have the same soup with coconut milk, and then you can have that as a sea soup, right? And it has, has crabs if you want. It has fish if you want. You can make it with shrimp. You can make it with oysters, scallops, etc. You can have all this in this soup, and the flavor is so good because the coconut milk mixed in there with some with curry, right? Some people call it different, but with curry mix, and then you have the sweetness of the plantain. I can have that soup any day, every day. It's just so flavorful. It's amazing. Those are my favorite soups. Woo, man, my favorites. Bernie in the house. Love to see my brother in here, man. I like it when you show up and drop a hello, man. Appreciate you. Did I say hello to my Bernie here? What's going on? Let me see. No, I didn't. Did I say hello to Bernie? Bernie. No, I didn't because I was busy with the soups, I think. So let me give him his salute. If he's still around here, I don't know. He probably left already. No, he's still here. And a couple of eagles just for you right there. Grandma's caldo fresh chips. I like that. Yeah, Mindspeak is. Hey, Mindspeak, what's going on, man? I just saw you, brother. Yeah, those food will put you in a food coma, bro. Fast. But I'll tell you why. Yeah, why I love that. And this is things that you normally want to like eat when you're already like, you know, you're going to rest on a resting time. You want to eat that soup and then you want to chill on a hammock or just lay down on a lounging chair or something. It's so nice. But I will recommend, of course, go for a walk afterwards. Chicken broth and cheese tortellini sausage with diced carrots, celery. I'm not a fan of celery, but I can eat it. And baby spinach, ground black pepper, and sea salt. That doesn't sound bad, but trust me, the seafood soup, it just doesn't compare. That's just me, guys. I just really like the flavor of it. That's just how I am. All right, though, let's go ahead and get rid of our dumbass lip tart here. So now you guys know that every time that I put the lip tart here, that's who that is. Okay, in case you didn't know that's who that is. That's who that is. Which is crazy, right? Because this is a mentally ill people. I don't understand why they do that, but it is what it is. And just so you know, I can go from subject to subject anytime, okay? Until somebody brings me back, then we can go from there. But let's go ahead and get to our next clip here. We have, no, not that one. That's going to be a long time. Let's take a listen. This is Ilhan Omar. It's spewing some things about Democrats. Let's see what's going on here.
By the way, Democrat Congresswoman Ilhan Omar admitted her party is responsible for the DHS shutdown. Listen to this.
As many of you know, Democrats said we are not going to pass the appropriations bill for the Department of Homeland Security unless they agreed to 10 reforms, simple things like unmasking ICE agents when they were patrolling our communities.
Florida gubernatorial candidate Byron Donalds joins us this morning. All right, Congressman, you heard it right there, but the question is, what do voters think? Do they blame Republicans more than Democrats?
No, they blame Democrats because Democrats have been playing games with TSA and national security over the last 2 months. And it's all cynical political BS simply because the Democrats still cannot take the fact that they lost the 2024 presidential election. They do not want secure borders. They do not want interior enforcement of immigration. And the Democrats do not want to deport criminal illegal aliens. They want to protect them. The American people have never supported this type of position. That's why Donald Trump won the midterms. So whatever deal Mike Johnson and John Thune think they have, that's not with my vote. I'm not agreeing to that deal because we have a responsibility to fund all of ICE's operations and all of Customs and Border Patrol's operations. And let's be very clear, if you're not funding that, then you're not taking the security of the nation seriously. We already know the Democrats do not care about the security of this nation.
Next one for you. Governor Ron DeSantis in Florida signing the state's version of the Save America Act. That's the voter ID bill. Almost immediately, a coalition of voting and civil rights organizations sued. Why is voter ID so controversial? I don't get it.
It's controversial to Democrats because this is the only way they have a chance to win elections if you don't have strict controls on elections. And what you have to do in elections, which what we do in Florida, and we thank Governor DeSantis for signing this piece of legislation, it's only going to make things even more secure in our state, is that we treat our elections incredibly seriously. We make sure that ballots are carefully handled as like evidence in a criminal trial or a civil trial, because you want to make sure that you're protecting the ballot and the franchise of the American people. So the Democrats, they sue, and quite frankly, they sue all the time on all kind of ridiculous reasons, but they sue because they want weakness in the controls of our elections, so it helps them find votes to win elections. That's why they sue.
Crazy. Very quickly, 30 seconds, new polling shows healthcare is the number one worry about among Americans. This is voters apparently less concerned about inflation, crime, and immigration, which used to be top issues. Is that what you're hearing from voters?
Yeah, healthcare is a real problem, and let's also understand this. Healthcare inflation's out of control because of the Democrat policy which governs healthcare in the United States, the Unaffordable Care Act, aka Obamacare. It was designed to increase the cost of health insurance in our country, to force all Americans into a single-payer healthcare system. That's how it was constructed. It is not working. The Democrats refuse to make any concessions because they want to protect their policy framework that would drive people into higher costs, higher premiums, and higher deductibles. It's insane policy. We need to change it at the federal level, and states need to be focused on price transparency, making sure people have a clear view on the prices that they're going to pay, and then also lowering prescription drugs the way President Trump is doing with Trump RX.
You know, what I think is funny is that the libtards and the people that keep complaining about this healthcare affordability, these people are on welfare. You get your free healthcare. What do you care? What do you care about free healthcare? It's not like you're paying for it. Now, those of you who are in the middle class and you're paying $500, $600, $700, $800 for healthcare, it is what it is. Keep voting Democrats. They are the ones that are responsible for the Obamacare disaster. President Trump says today our military, the greatest and most powerful by far anywhere in the world, hasn't even started destroying what's left in Iran. Bridges next, then electric power plants. I disagree with that. New regime leadership knows what has to be done and has to be done fast. President Donald J. Trump. I'm not a fan. I am not a fan of destroying power plants, electrical power plants. I get that. I know we're going to help them rebuild again. But I'm not for that. Nonetheless, that's what the president feels he needs to do. Let me tell you something. These guys are not like you and me. These people are very bad people. And, you know, I think that people will survive. You know, it's not freezing temperatures. Most people in the Middle East, probably, they don't have AC, air conditioners, etc. I'm sure they do, but you know what I'm saying. They're not going to die. The people will be okay. The people will be okay. And we're going to help them afterwards. Single health care. Bro, Obamacare is garbage. I don't care. I don't even know who defends it. And what I find interesting, bro, is that the people that complain about the rich, tax the rich, get the money from the rich, they don't say nothing about the Obamacare. I wish that people on the left side will come over to my channel and tell me, hey, bro, what the hell happened to Obamacare, man? It's supposed to, you know why they don't? Because that's their party, because that's who they're loyal to, and that's who they support. That's why they don't want to say shit about it. But a single healthcare, Obamacare, government control, big brother with mass surveillance, which, by the way, is kind of coming to bite them in the ass. right? Because it's coming to bite them in the ass, because now you have these activists, these people that they have been enabling to be whiners and complainers and criminals, that they're actually protesting them to take away surveillance cameras. So that's going away. What is that? Every Iranian I meet are cool with it. Yeah, Iranian people are awesome, dude. Iranian people are awesome. Samaran doesn't know what's wrong with the Obamacare. You get it for free, don't you? You don't have to pay for it. That's why you don't know. It's very unaffordable. And the corporations, insurance companies, and all the people that are behind it have made billions of dollars out of our tax money. They've been getting our tax money to become billionaires, to make billions of dollars on the Obama healthcare plan. And yes, and I heard that there was a lot of people in Congress and the Senate getting kickbacks, is from what I heard. And not just Republicans, but Democrats, both sides of the aisle. The Shia of the IRGC of Iran just understand brutal force. Absolutely, bro. And that's just what I see as well. They don't care. They're so heartless. They kill their people by the thousands, and they don't have 1 ounce of remorse. Not one. We have some people here that we want to see dead, so to speak, but we feel bad about it. So we don't wish death upon them. We always believe that people can be good people. If you don't like the way I talk, man, I'm very direct. I'm sure you guys wish you can take my head off right now. But that's just up here. What you actually do is what counts. I'm just telling you how bad it can be, but it's not, because we choose not to be that way. Okay? So I want to be clear. I want to clarify that before you guys go crazy here on me. Here we go. Happy National Walking Day in Illinois. This is great.
Even a little bit chilly day, it's wonderful. Plus, I get to be in the parks across the city, run into people, Illinoisans.
How do you feel after you've completed your walk?
I feel so rejuvenated when I'm done walking. Part of it is just getting the brain moving in the morning and get to think about what's ahead in the day. And then, of course, I've gotten to move all my muscles and sometimes even running in the morning. So all of it comes together and just gets me a good start to the day.
What makes Illinois the best place to walk?
Oh, Illinois is the best place to walk, partly because of the people, frankly. That's the biggest reason. Love running into people. These are the kindest, most decent, hardworking people in the entire country. And I also love walking the parks across the state, whether we're talking about Champaign or Springfield, Carbondale, Quincy, or the city of Chicago.
Music, podcast, or silence? What's your vibe?
I love listening to music in the morning, honestly. I need something with a beat, maybe dance music, running music, something that gets the juices flowing.
I didn't believe one word he said. I don't believe one word he said. Tired of looking up that way. I got to be able to put this on here. I would like to thank the hardworking commissioners and staff of the National Capital Planning Commission who just voted overwhelmingly 8-1 to approve the magnificent White House ballroom, now rising on this hallowed ground. I am pleased to announce that even board member Senator Rand Paul, what? He's back? I thought he left us forever. Known as an extraordinary difficult vote, voted a strong yes. For more than 150 years, every president has dreamed about having a ballroom at the White House to accommodate people for grand parties, state visits, and even in the modern day inaugurations. I am honored to be the first president to finally get this much-needed project, which is on time and under budget, underway. When completed, it will be the greatest and most beautiful ballroom of its kind anywhere in the world, and a fabulous compliment to our beautiful and storied White House. President Donald J. Trump. You know what's crazy is that people give him a hard time about this, and you know, they think that it's like Trump is going to take this home or something. I don't understand where this comes from, but the ballroom is for the next presidents. Remember, Ronald Reagan say that every president or every servant that comes into the house should leave the house better for the next person coming along. And I will say a couple of things. Air Force One is going to be packed and jammed with the best of the best of the best. And it's going to be an awesome, amazing Air Force One airplane for many years to come. It was an expensive but necessary thing to do. Air Force One is outdated, very old, still very good, but very old. And we have that fantastic jet. By the way, it has to be two of them. Remember that. One's a decoy. Air Force One is called when the president is in the plane. Other than that, it's just the plane. Okay? And then the ballroom was we didn't pay taxes. That was made by over 50-something donors, millionaires, by the way, who donated this money to build a ballroom, which, of course, they should be invited for. So any upgrades, remember, he's got term limits. So I wouldn't go against him on something that he's trying to put and make better. The next president is going to enjoy that. The next president's family. The next reunions, you know, the millionaires that go and visit over. And don't be jealous if you never get to go there. We don't get to enjoy those luxuries. A lot of people with money get to enjoy those luxuries. But I will tell you this: that when when some leaders of other countries come to visit us, they should be in awe of the White House. They should be in awe of where Americans have come from, you know. And I think that's fantastic. It could have taken $500 million. It doesn't matter. That's $500 million. It doesn't matter. As a matter of fact, I wish that he would make it even bigger. There's a lot of things going on. I think that the White House can have better security. I don't know. Do they have an anti-air missile attacks? I don't know. So have some big ass heavy machine guns up in the top. You know what I'm saying? Oh man, that's funny, bro. That's funny that people think that I'm rich. I think they just want me to tell them how broke I am or how poor I am. But you know what? That is exactly how it is. You know, when you have God in your life and you have your family with you, you are the richest man on earth. And I love it. It's fantastic. I think it's great. I really do. So thank you for the compliments, if that's actually what it looks like. And I know Roberto was here, probably left already, but he asked for this hat. I like it when the leftist people and the illegal immigrants tell me, they clown on me because I don't wear my Make America Great trolling gear on. But, well, here it is. I'm going to show you something. And I don't know if you can see it, but this is my mother. Let's see. That's my mother. And that's me when I was around 20 years old, I think I was. Maybe 21, something like that. And I'm holding my mother on my lap. I love. What is it? What the hell is it? No, thank you. No, not enough love on that thing. I used to have my mother on my lap. This is how we are. We love our mother. Our mother was very special to us. So Yeah, and I'm the baby. I'm the baby in the family. We always, the way that I had the same picture with I didn't take a picture, but I did the same thing with my grandmother when she was alive. It was a way of showing them that we take care of them now. You know what I'm saying? It's sort of like she is now the baby for this one moment. When I'm caring for her, she is the baby, and it's more of a joke thing, but that is my mother, and I miss her very dearly. With that being said, you know what? Everybody is different. Everybody acts different. A lot of people, especially from the left, I don't know why, is this mental illness that they have. If you say anything nice about your daughter, that she's gorgeous and that, she's a knockout, and if I was single and I was another young man, I would be hitting on my daughter. These people go off the rails and, oh my God, what a pedophile, what a pervert. How do you say that about your daughter? Shut up. Shut up. I think it's stupid. People that think that way are disgusting. It's a way to compliment, your children. How many times have you hear your mom or grandma coming over and just grabbing your cheeks? Oh my God, such a handsome young man, and you're going to get all this heartbreaker and all that. Bro, it's just compliments. People on the left, they just take it too far. They take it too far, and that's just the way it is. If you're not used to it, hey, listen, just keep your mouth shut. If it's not part of your love for your mom or your father, that's fine. If it's not your culture, don't worry about it. You do you, boo, is what they say. But you know what? I love my mother. Every time she stopped by school, I always gave her a hug and a kiss right in front of all my mates because I love my mother. Now, I've been emancipated since I was 16 years old. That is true. But before then, I have never, even after, been ashamed or embarrassed of my mother. I will say this, the people might take the wrong idea about it, but it depends on how you are raised. And let's see, what do you talk, Aztec, bro? This is why you piss me off, bro. I'm pouring out my honest heart. You have to understand something. The reason why you piss me off, Aztec, is because maybe you think you're funny. But there is times where I'm being very serious, especially when I'm talking about my own personal life. I'm serious. And let me tell you why I don't have friends that we hang out too often. There's a couple of friends that I have, and we hang out once in a while with their wives, and we have a good time. The reason why I don't have friends in here is because I don't have patience for that type of stupidity. You either going to be my friend or you're not. You see the comment that Tanya made? Tanya said, what did Tanya say? The first comment that Tanya said I read in here, that's a wonderful picture, Dennis. That's what Tanya said. And then I wrote another retard in there, a retard in there, said, why is she sitting on your lap? Are you stupid? What kind of a question is that? Are you dumb? You see the difference on the comments that you guys make? And then, of course, when I tell my lines, Tanya says they don't have a wonderful relationship with their families and children. They don't understand that kind of love. You see the difference? He said, I would never say that about my dad. That's you, macho guy. That's you. Because you're being perverted when you look at them that way. But when you do that innocently, there is no perversion behind it. There's no reason. No reason to be perverted about it. Unless you're lusting after your daughter, that would be very, very strange. Very strange. And somebody also said one time they came in here on my chat and be like, well, if you saw a 10-year-old, would you tell her that you're going to wait until she's 18? If I'm 20 and she's 10, why not? I'll wait till she's 18 years old. She's going to be a knockout. And at the time, I probably don't even mean it because she's too young. But you never know. She might just be a knockout. It's a compliment. Don't be pervertedly retarded. Okay? I tell my daughter, I say, you are beautiful. You are beautiful. Just know that. Be confident. Study. be applied into your schooling. It doesn't mean that I'm thinking anything dirty about my daughter. That's crazy. Yeah. That's weird, dude. I'm not putting my mom on my lap. I'll put my kids on my lap, but not my mom. You see that? Can I say that you're a pervert by putting your kids in your lap? Well, what is it? I've always been a strong man. What can I tell you? If I have my father in my lap, what would you say? Just because I have my mother in my lap, what's wrong with that? What is wrong with you, kid? What's wrong with you guys? What's wrong in your minds? I don't understand that. All right, we're gonna ignore you guys. Yeah. Oh man. All right. Okay. Here we go. We're gonna get rid of the retards. You guys pissed me off today. I don't need to hear you today. Okay. Bye bye. Emperor, you're one of them. It doesn't matter what you say anymore. You pissed me off today. Have a good night. Let me see who else. Who was the other one? Who else? There was one more guy here. Okay. Oh, Rick. I hope that was not for me. Yeah. Take the whole picture of Trump, though. You're picking and choosing. Okay, there we go. That's another one right there. Get out, guys. You don't have to be in my chat, man. Get the hell off my chat. Let me just keep 10 people on here that want to have a conversation. All right, so we have 3 bullet points that we had from earlier. And, I allow people to call in and ask questions about these topics. I'm going to go ahead and put that on here on the screen so that you guys, I'm going to pin a comment on here so that you guys can call. Let's see. So we have Pam Bondi. Let's see. Call to talk about. Pam Bondi, which is it's not really news to me anymore. Woo! Oh my God. You guys don't know what I typed on there. There we go. Those are the things that we can talk about right there. All right. So, with that being said, let me see what else we got in here. We already went.
Why do you enjoy walking?
I love walking.
No, you don't, you liar. He acts like he walks every day. As fat as he is, he probably doesn't. Let me see. Do we got anything here on Facebook feed? Defending the Florida dream, affordability. April 6th on Monday. Doors open at 10 a.m. Hotel Eastport. Brayburn East Room 7065 BV Court, The Villages at Florida. 34762 zip code. It's going to be Donald's for Florida. If you are in Florida, that's where you go, my friends. That's where you go. All right, with that being said, let's go ahead and see if we got anybody that has questions. Let me put the phone number up there. Let me move this up a little bit here. And let's take some calls. Let's take some calls. Let me see. Did I put that in? Yeah, here we go. There you go. So there's your subjects, and you can go ahead and call me, and we can talk about it. And let's have a conversation. go ahead and give me a call, 425-583-1155. Do not block your number. The reason why I don't take block calls is because, not because I care or don't care, but because I don't want to continue to take calls from people that just call to say stupid messages or say stupid lines, okay? If they get away with it one time, that's it. Aztec, he has one of those EBT phones. He can't call out too far. He can only call local. He can only call local. That's why he never calls in. Des, call Aztec. Call. See, everybody wants to hear Aztec. Everybody wants to hear Aztec. Jason Martin, it's almost knocked off from the chat boss, the live stream boss. Yeah, see, Aztec, no, he knows that I know that he can't use his EBT phone to make a phone call here and have a conversation. You should go ask your wife and see if you can borrow her cell phone to call, or mommy. You can call mommy and see if you can answer, if you can use her phone. Somebody, there's got to be a phone somewhere that you can use. There's got to be a phone somewhere that you can use. We don't need to hear from Aztec. All right, cool. All right, with that being said, let's go ahead and get to the video that you guys have not watched yet.
Good afternoon, and thank you for joining us. I'm Stephanie Spear, and I serve as Principal Deputy Chief of Staff and Senior Counselor to the Secretary of the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services. We're here today to announce a historic set of actions from EPA and HHS to confront one of the most pervasive and least understood environmental health challenges we face, microplastics. For the first time, EPA is elevating microplastics as well as pharmaceuticals as priority contaminants in our nation's drinking water framework, and HHS through ARPA-H is launching STOMP, a first-of-its-kind national effort to measure, understand, and ultimately remove microplastics from the human body. Thanks to President Trump's leadership, today's announcement marks a major step forward in this administration's commitment to make America healthy again. This roundtable brings together leading scientists and federal leaders to build on that announcement, to examine what we know, what we don't, and what it will take to turn today's commitment into real progress for the American people. We are especially focused on bridging science and action, ensuring that the research we advance translates into tools, standards, and solutions that protect families, inform clinicians, and guide policy. We are joined today by HHS Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr., EPA Administrator Lee Zeldin, ARPA-H Director Dr. Alicia Jackson, and EPA Assistant Administrator for the Office of Water, Jessica Kramer. And we also welcome today our panelists, Colleen Lairdy. She is a Division Director of EPA's Office of Water, where she leads work to protect public health and safeguard the nation's water resources. Also, Dr. Marcus Erickson, an environmental scientist and co-founder of 5 Jars Institute, known for pioneering research on microplastics and ocean pollution. Dr. Matthew Campen is a biomedical scientist and professor at the University of New Mexico who studies how pollutants, including microplastics, affect the brain and cardiovascular system. Dr. Leo Trisandi is a physician scientist and professor at NYU Lagoon Health, whose work focuses on environmental exposures and their impact on child health and long-term outcomes. Thank you all for being here and for the work you are doing to advance the field at a very critical moment. And now it's my pleasure to introduce a man who has spent more than 4 decades working at the intersection of environmental protection and public health, HHS Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr.
Hello, everybody. Today we mark a turning point. The EPA and HHS are acting together to confront microplastics as a human health threat. And we are doing it with urgency and discipline. Plastic has become embedded in modern life. It's also become embedded in the human body. Researchers have detected microplastics in human blood, lung tissue, liver, kidneys, and human placentas. Studies have found that in more than 80% of people tested, one analysis estimates that the average person ingests tens of thousands of microplastic particles each year through food, water, and air. Another study reports concentrations in the brain equivalent by mass to roughly a spoonful of plastic in every human brain. And this number, by the way, has gone up by 50% since 2016. And inevitably is going to go up exponentially if we continue along the same road. And in a study of 62 placentas, every single sample contained microplastic, evidence that exposure begins before birth. This is not a rare exposure, this is baseline. We are not dealing with a distant or theoretical risk. We are dealing with a measurable and growing presence inside the human body. And this signal is getting stronger. Animal studies show that microplastic exposure can drive inflammation, cardiovascular damage, impaired cognition, and tumor growth. Human data raises parallel concerns. Diseased tissue consistently shows higher concentrations of microplastics than health when compared to healthy tissue. In one major clinical study, patients with microplastics detected in arterial plaque faced a 4.5-fold higher risk of heart attack, stroke, or death in less than 3 years. That's a 450% elevated risk. We do not ignore signals like that. We investigate them. But we still do not have clear answers about causation or solutions. We cannot reliably quantify total microplastic burden in individuals, and we can't distinguish which particle sizes, shapes, components, or polymers drive the worst toxicity. We do not yet understand how these particles interact with the immune system, the endocrine system, or the neurological system. And we do not have validated methods to remove them safely. Not all microplastics behave the same. Different materials accumulate in different organs that appear to drive different biological effects. Without that distinction, there is no roadmap for action. We can't treat what we cannot measure. We cannot regulate what we don't understand. So today, HHS, through ARPA-H, Lisa Jackson here, alongside EPA, is taking direct action. We are launching STOP, which stands for Systematic Targeting of Microplastics. It's a $144 million national program to measure, understand, and to remove microplastics from the human body. We are focusing on 3 questions: what is in the body, what's causing the harm, and how do we remove it? And we're answering them everywhere. We will first build and standardize cold-grade tools capable of detecting and quantifying microplastics across tissue and fluids with precision. Next, we will map how microplastics move through the body, how they cross biological barriers like the gut lining and the blood-brain barrier, where they accumulate, and how long they persist. Third, we will develop targeted, clinically safe strategies to reduce microplastic burden in the body. We will also prioritize those at the greatest risk.
It's too echoey for me. So, with that being said, well, lucky you guys. You know what that means? That means that you can call me. Prove it. Clip this video right here, right now. Give me a call. And let's see if you get hung up because you're a retard, you're rude, or because I disagree with your point. Go ahead. Call the number right there and clip this video. Let's find out. Go ahead, blah. You see the comments? You're my witness. This is why people get blocked. That's not truth. That is not truth at all. Go ahead, call in. If you are so courageous, call me. Yeah, go ahead. Let me see what you got. I don't know, man. A coyote, I don't know what's wrong with this guy. But go ahead, call it. We'll take a pause on the video. There's a number. Maybe it's too small. Maybe the number is too small. Yeah. Maybe we'll have to make the number bigger. There you go, buddy. There you go. I haven't blocked anybody. I haven't blocked anybody at all. Go ahead, Diaper Dennis. Call me. Show your brains. Nah, the phone is right there. Here, hold on. My bad. Here we go. Go ahead and make the phone call and show me why I'm a coward. Let's see. You know, just so everybody knows, this is, let me see. There we go. Let's go ahead and make sure the phone works.
Hey, Dennis.
Yeah.
Did I call the wrong number?
No, you're in the right number. Everybody hears you.
Okay. Ted Bundy could come work for me any day, dude. And as far as Congress getting paid when they're on vacation, dude, if I had an employee take as much vacation as they do, they'd be fired.
Yeah, absolutely.
If they're not going to do their job and they just want to keep going on one vacation
Hold on,
after
Dosito.
another, we don't need them.
Well, yeah. I think Congress is useless anyway, but
They are. They're more useless than tits on a poor hog, dude.
yeah. And that's the whole thing. Everybody, they still so caught up. It's like I don't know why they come on my channel, talk shit, and they can't even back it up. But let me see. Somebody's trying to call from Texas. Let them get their voice in and see what they say.
Later.
Thank you for your input, brother. Appreciate you.
Yeah, bye.
Bye. So this is the reason why I don't take block calls. Okay? I'll let you in there. Here we go.
Pussy pendejo motherfucking bitch. Eat a cock, take a cock in your fucking asshole and die.
That's why no block calls. Now go ahead. No, anti-fascist. Your username right there, I should ban you just by the username. But go ahead, call me. Change my mind. Change my mind. There's a phone number right there. They don't know what a woman is. Let them have their little safe space behind that keyboard. If you were trying to call while I was on the phone, just go ahead and give a call back and let's see what we got. Yeah. Bondi has made a couple of mistakes. I think she did a good job for the most part, but she needs to go somewhere else. She is not leaving the Trump administration, so too bad you can't celebrate that too much if you're on the left side. But we already talked about that. Yeah, childish behavior. Freaking hideous. Yeah, you're right, Tanya. But that's Samuel. But that's what I get. I'm telling you, so many people call in just to say stuff like that. I'm serious. This is why I don't take block calls. Because I don't want every single call to come in from people that just, like these guys on the chat, calling me a liar, calling me name, doing all this other stuff, right? Tell me, what kind of conversation do you think I'm going to have on the phone with them? Most likely they're going to act stupid like that one guy that left me that voicemail. I got his phone number. I'm not going to call him. I'm not going to text him. I don't care. That's not why I accept calls. Yeah, maybe they're just stupid teenagers that think they're tough behind the keyboard because nobody can see them. Yeah, go ahead. Change my mind. Change my mind about Trump. And if you don't know how to do that, it's because you don't know how to talk. Sure, whatever you think. Whatever you think about Pam, good job. Congratulations, you got your answer. Nothing to talk about that then. But we can still talk about birthright citizenship. Let's talk about birthright citizenship for all the illegal immigrants that come into my chat to tell me that I'm a liar. They go and clip a news article and they think they know all the facts about how that came about. That's not how it works. You read a headline and bam, that's what you know. Now you know everything. You don't do a research. You don't try to figure out why. Why does this make sense? Why this doesn't make sense? You got to be able to question it. No. It has. Listen, you guys are so caught up on the personal life of Trump. That is your problem. Whether he's a bully, whether he's a jerk, he is the man that needs to be in office. You don't freaking get it. You don't get it. That's the problem. You don't get it. He needs to be in office. Let me share a story with you. When I was in school, now every year somebody tried to pick on me and they got their ass kicked. Okay? I don't like bullies. I've always defended the smaller guys than I am. And let me tell you something. If every time I gave people a choice to join the bully or to join the weakling, every time they will choose the bully because they'll feel more protected if they become friends with the bully. See, Jerome, how do you... Okay, yeah, see, so that's... Okay, so these are the same dumbass people that go leave comments. Oh, this guy will block you for saying the truth. Shut the hell up, Jerome. This guy, the nerves. Yeah, that's all good, man. Let's get rid of this garbage. Just get rid of them. All right, thanks for stopping by, Jerome. Get the hell out of my chat. Don't come back, bro. Don't come back. Let's see. That was my problem, says Samuel. When I was a Democrat, I never questioned. I just believed what they said. Well, that's a loyalist. That's what I always say. Don't be a loyalist. Yeah, he always comes in and talk crap, and then he goes through my videos when they get blocked from here for being assholes, and then they go and say, oh, this guy will block you for telling the truth. No, it's not. No, Diaper, you don't. Stop lying. Stop lying. You just don't lie. Thank you, Steve, for becoming a patriot. I want to know. Go ahead. You tell me. You join all these libtards on the street, and if you don't know what a libtard is those who call themselves liberals, but they're just retarded. They don't know what that means. Libtards are not Democrats. I just want you to know that. Real Democrats have a common sense approach to things. Libtards like Chuck Schumer, Nancy Pelosi, AOC, Bernie Sanders, and all these morons out there who believe that we should suffer as the people because they want a strong arm President Trump because they can't do it any other way but to sacrifice the people. I don't support that. No, I don't think Dennis blacks for block. I think he means blocks for telling the truth. I think it's for people being disrespectful, but you need opposition in order to grow the channel and keep it going. The problem is with Oscar, it's okay. I know you sometimes you probably disagree with me most of the time. The problem is that I can't have those people just being annoying to the people in the chat. I know I will probably get maybe more views, but it's not worth it. I want people in the chat to hear some to read some good comments, right? Here, mind speak. Like, come on, guys, give your opinion. It's fine. Come on, little guys, you can do it. Make the call. But that's the thing, that they don't really want to have a conversation. They want to come in here and they watch their TV shows and they think that they have enough information to cook somebody on the phone. Like, that's their goal. That's how they get their kicked. And I'm not here to play games. Listen. Yes, we can joke, we can make fun of things and all that good stuff. That's fantastic. Yes, we can do that. But I'm not here to play games of, you're a liar, dirty diapers. That's stupid, okay? If you're an adult and that's the way you come at me, we're just never going to have a conversation. You're not serious. You don't want to have a conversation. Whatever. Let's go. No, man. The libtards never learn. They like to come in here and just disrupt the chat. Listen to me. Listen. If you're in opposition of me and you're not willing to have a conversation, go have a conversation. There is plenty of people out there. There's plenty of leftists. There's plenty of liberals out there. Go talk with them. Go talk with them. You know why you come here? Because they tell you not to call. They want to talk to the opposition, but that's not what I want. I want to have a conversation. Give me your opinion on something, and then I'll give you my opinion on something. It's that simple. It's you don't have to be a jerk. There you go. Thanks for calling. Who's calling? Who? Steve?
No. You said that the last time I called you. I'm your breath of fresh air.
Breath of fresh air.
Do you remember?
I don't know. Let me see. Remind me. Come on. Don't give up.
That's the way that you left it off. Is I was your breath of fresh air. For once, you can finally get somebody.
Yes, that's true. But I got a few people out there that are fresh breath of fresh air. I got Bill. I got Steven. I got Jason. I got John. And that's it. I remember your voice. It's because the phone cuts off sometimes. I still can't hear your name.
Just D, the letter D, not
D. Yeah, okay, D. Okay, yeah, okay. So what do you got today? What besides these morons on the chat putting stupid ass comments in there? What kind of input do you want to give to us tonight, to everybody on the chat?
Well, first of all, I just wanted to put it straight out, point blank, that you're not just right, but even three lefts still won't make it right. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So, even if we're outnumbered. But in this case, at the point in time we are in this administration, we are not outnumbered. How can we work forward without looking stupid, right? Because a lot of times, you get callers, they really don't know what's really going on, how to explain things, how to communicate with people. And again, once again, here we are. I dial up on your channel, and we have a lot of people that on our side of the fence, I guess you could say. But you can't articulate what you really want to convey to everybody. So what are you really trying to do? What are you really trying to do? So I'll give it back to you, Mr. Herrera.
Well, what we're trying to do is get rid of this, this Trump hate love train that they have going on, and get to the real issues of society today. If people want to be loyalists to a party, and they will just hate whoever is on the other party. They never look into, well, let's take a look and see. They forget that we're all Americans. And that's the thing that pisses me off the most about people when they argue. When they want to debate, they just want to destroy somebody. They don't want to just have a conversation to try to get some more understanding. Or, if I have a conversation with somebody and I disagree with them, I'll be like, okay, well, it looks like we're going in circles. This is what I believe. Everybody, you have to answer this. Everybody hears me every day, right? So they hear me, and then they have a question. Okay, I got it. Ask me a question. The reason why I make my show is, here's my opinion. If you want to hear it, stick around. If you don't want to hear it, then leave. If you want to have a conversation about it, well, let's have a conversation about it. But you don't come in here and start blaspheming against God, knowing that I'm Christian or whatever. You don't come in here and disrespect and start insulting my members, my mods, and the people that actually subscribe to the channel because they want to support me. I don't want to tolerate that. If they want to come in and drop some facts, like I seen Oscar in here, right? He dropped a couple of lines. I'm not going to talk about it if I don't know anything about it, right? But if I know about something, I'll talk about it. Now, the other thing is, you know how these chats work. You know how the type of podcasts work. We're live, right? I'm not just making videos in here, which, by the way, I will put out some videos later. But I'm not just sitting here making videos and just throw them out there and see who watches them. I don't care about their views. I don't want to talk to them. I don't want to give them a voice. I don't want to interact with them. I just want to throw my videos out there and bam, done. A lot of people like that. Maybe more people will follow with those videos. Who knows? But I like to interact with people. I like to be able to say, hey, look, this is what I think. If you want to call me and talk about it, okay. If you're in the chat, I can't not read every single message. And if I don't want to read your message because I think is dumb or I don't agree with it, I'm not going to sit here and disrupt my show on what I'm trying to portray and answer all these negative, stupid comments on the chat. So when people get, when people get blocked, and they get muted or whatever, listen, my mods are putting people in timeout for, like, they kick them off the channel. I go into of course, I can control that. I let them all out. I want them to be able to have a conversation, but every time they come, they just come in here and they start insulting, and it's like, it's disgusting. It's like, like, for example, look, this is a guy here, Manuel Correa, Aztec. These two guys, I want to give them the benefit of doubt. And now this is where I'm, this is where I fail. When I am nice to people, you have to understand this about me. If I have you call in, if I just met you, 100%, you got my friendship, you got my trust, 100%. But it's up to you what kind of a friend you're going to be, if you're going to be proven to be a friend, and then how much I can actually put up with you. That's all up to you. So if we don't If we don't match on a friendship, then move along. Hey, we agree to disagree. We're not made to be friends. Let's just be acquaintances, and that's it. We just got to work together, and that's it. That's how I am. And I've done this at work. Hey, listen, if you don't want to take a joke, if you can't talk this way, let's just not talk, and let's get the job done. And that's how I am. But these people don't get it.
Oh, boy. Again, I didn't call to raise your blood pressure.
Ah, you didn't. You didn't. Wait, are you the one with the taxes? No.
Say again?
Did you talk about the tax reset?
No, not the well, yes, maybe.
That's the only breath of fresh air that I remember for a while.
A few weeks ago.
Yeah, weeks ago. A couple of weeks ago.
I am still the same.
Yes. So that was you. Okay.
Error. Hey, by all means. Instead of the criticism among our bipartisan problems in this country, I think that it would be a wise decision for, how do I say, wise decision for calculations on self-preservation. So, in other words, put a little bit of food in your house, canned goods, stuff like that, right? I know that sounds kind of a little bit of ambiguity there. The idea behind that is, well, if the stuff hits the fan, it has HTF. And what do you call somebody and yelling at him, make the man's blood pressure? This guy's got a chance going. He's trying to be he's trying to be something. What are you trying to be, right? You less the pot to piss in.
Yeah.
With all due respect, and I understand that times are hard. The idea behind it, though, if you're careful, you don't get 20-inch dubs. You ain't riding on good. You know what I'm saying? I've got all this and using the government anymore. That's not the right way. That's not the right way. It never has successfully been anything other than generational welfare. So I'll give it back to you.
All right, well, hey, thanks for calling. Let me take the next call and see what they have to add to that. I appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Take care. I'll call you back, Steve.
Hello?
Hey, Steve.
Hey, buddy. Sorry,
Hey.
I set the phone down. Is this guy done talking?
Yeah. I just cut off with them right now. Yeah.
Perfect. I'm glad you called in. That was definitely worth it. This is a first time call. Hi. I've been around for a little while. You're awesome. Never stop doing what you're doing.
Oh, thank you, man. Appreciate that, brother.
In a nutshell, what you do, you want to show, you watch current events, you talk about them.
That's right.
You have people call in. Doesn't matter if they agree or disagree.
Correct.
Just have something to say.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's it.
Something you can bounce, go back and forth. That's it.
Yeah, but I don't understand why that's so hard. And that's what you know why, Stephen. That this is why I always say, if you come into my channel, you know why I have my Make America Great gear on, and I said this to quite a few times because people when I give them my views on how I believe that this country should be, how the government should be run, right? I look at policies, and what they don't understand right now, it's like. They're loyalists to a party. Some say, I voted Republican before. Yeah, but they don't know why they're voting. Most people they don't try to make a rational decision about things unless they have common sense and be like, okay, wait a minute. I like for myself, and you can call me a traitor or whatever name you want to use, but if I feel that none of the candidates for president are good for our country, I'm just gonna go grab a beer and chill.
Exactly.
That's it. I'm not gonna vote for them. I just won't. I'm not gonna be part of that shit. And whoever's president, well, unfortunately, that will be my president because I'm an American citizen. You know?
Exactly. When Biden was president, he was my president.
Yeah, he was my president
I wanted
too.
him to succeed, right?
Well, we also had a digital pen.
You know what I mean. You know what I mean. I wanted him to succeed and do well.
Yeah,
not
absolutely.
Not get anything passed.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And then like this.
Yeah,
ask when someone says, "Oh, fuck Donald Trump."
Yeah.
Oh, Orange Man bad. Whatever. Ask them.
Yeah.
What exactly don't you like about him?
Yeah, they don't know.
What did he do? What was cast that you didn't like? What did he do that you disagree with? They can never answer.
Yeah.
Ever.
Yeah. Well, so a couple of things that happen on the show. I think everybody by now, if they are in this type of podcast, I've gone and visit other podcasts. Like for example, I go and big shout out to Mike from at Real what is it Real what is I can't remember what the, no hold on, I'll find him because
you secretly watch them.
He is
Sorry.
I like him. For Real with Mike, I think is what it's called, right? Yeah, Mike. Yeah, For Real with Mike is his podcast. Now, I go on and listen to him. I subscribe to his channel. Give him some support. I stop by sometimes and drop in a couple of lines. I can't spend too much time on other podcasts. I got my own thing to do, but I do go around and sometimes drop a line here and there. And then I go and they come through my feed, and some of them are, oh my gosh, dude, I don't understand this, but there is this new thing that's going on, and they do this like this, and they're doing some weird ass noises, and
what?
Yeah, that's it, right? And then it's just like 4.7 thousand viewers. What the hell? Who is watching this? And it's just weird, bro.
They're probably botting, but yeah.
Yeah, whatever. I don't know what the hell that is all about, but I'm just going to tell you. And then you have your regular. If you're calling me right now, just give me a call. Let me finish this call, and then you can call, okay? There's other channels that, like politics, politics or whatever. The guy, I don't know, dude. I don't know if he gets paid to say what he says. There's a couple of other guys that do the same thing, and a gal.
I think he does.
Right? Like Pickle Guy and some other dudes. And then there's guys that are just like, I hate God. He doesn't exist. And I'm like, okay, sure. That's your thing. That's your thing. Yeah. And so and some of them I actually block because I don't want to see them. I don't recommend that shit to me. But I always go into the left channels come through, right? And I'm like, okay, maybe they got something, maybe something happened, right? That maybe they say something that I'm missing. And when they start talking, they say these things like I can't believe they believe these things that they say. And it's just like Western civilization is bad.
Right.
Wait, what?
No, I know exactly what you're saying. I do the same thing. I'll go and watch the Young Turks. I'll go and watch...
Oh, jeez, bro.
Listen,
I can't watch them anymore, bro. I used to.
You know what? What's that thing? If you're going to, debate someone or stand up for something that you believe, you should be able to argue the other side's point better. You should know what they're going to say, right? And what they believe. So I feel like, hey, if I watch, some of them, some right, some left, I get a mix of everything and get a broader picture, and I'm not sitting in an echo chamber. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whereas, okay, you're the only channel. I don't give, super chats or memberships or what. I just don't do that. I did to you because I like the conversation. I like that I can come in. I can disagree with someone. I'm not going to get banned or, timed out. Disagreement is okay. Diversity of thought is what this country was built on, right?
Right.
We all should want the same thing, right? But doesn't seem like the left does. But regardless, I'll give it to them. We should all want the same thing. It's just we go about it in a different way. Cool, whatever.
Right.
You know, yeah. So I really just wanted to call in just to explain, like, what you're doing here, because I think it's pretty fucking simple. You know, like, hey, just give you a little something to go off of, so you.
Guys, he's spamming the chat, and he doesn't know how that works. So,
I fucking hate spammers.
yeah, well, I don't mind like spamming if you want to spam. Like, say for example, right, if we have the right to watch, like right now, I'm showing you some, some Argentina versus France playing on there. I don't mind spamming American flags, support for the United States. Like if I was like an announcer and I have a live, I wouldn't be blocking anybody that keeps putting a bunch of Argentina flags on there, people talking, France flags, all this stuff. Soccer is a sport, enjoy it. This is a conversation that we can have, a channel we can have a conversation with. If you listen, like you said, it's key. If you listen, then we can have a conversation. But if you only hear to attack, that you will never have a conversation.
Exactly.
And then the other thing that they forget is I'm the host. If I tell you to wait, you wait. If I tell you to stop, if I tell you to hold back, I will continue to allow you to talk. But it's like, you're calling me, bro. You know what I mean? Like,
exactly.
No, you don't want to hear what I have to say. No.
that.
Yeah, I just want you to. But also, don't come in just to ruin my fun. And so I say this: I can read, the messages on the chat and stuff like that. If I don't read your chat, bro, and you start demanding me to answer, who are you?
Yeah.
Like, you're not paying me.
That's a little weird.
You know, Cutting Edge, he's always putting super chats. And sometimes he doesn't. I can expect him to always put super chats. But Cutting Edge is always putting super chats when he wants my attention. When he wants the rest of the chat to hear what he says, then I read his comments. This is why you put super chats. And that's how you support the channel. Like, I got these green and blues in here. These are my members. They pay me monthly. I don't care if they're the smallest or the most expensive. They show me that love and support, and I appreciate that they appreciate that I love doing what I do. Whether they agree with me is irrelevant. I can tell you, Coyote, I don't think he's ever said one thing that he disagrees with me. He might disagree with somebody else on the chat, but I can tell you it's not me.
There's someone that does, and there's never any problems with that person. It's like that's how it should be.
I think you're talking about Aztec, because I block Aztec sometimes when he gets on my nerves. And Aztec is one of these guys, just so you know, everybody knows. I trust me, I get to know some people. And Aztec, the only thing that Aztec has pissed me off sometimes is that in here he agrees and disagrees with me, which is fine. But what I hate is when I go into checking the comments, right, for my videos, which I don't do every day, but I do sometimes. I go and check the comments, and then his comment is like, I play one of them. Let me see. I think I still have the picture because I shared it with people because I want people to know that I don't just go crazy on people for no reason. Watch, I'm gonna show you. I even took a screenshot of it. Watch this. I don't know if you can see the chat. If you can see the phone.
I've been coming here. Yeah.
Okay.
So I've been coming here for a couple months, 3-4 months, right? Sometimes, I say, hey, what's up, Dennis, this or that.
Yeah.
You don't see it, or even if you do, you don't respond.
Yeah, sometimes I don't, but yeah.
I don't get butthurt. You're fucking busy. You're doing something.
Yeah.
You're in the middle of whatever.
If I know you're here, you say hi to me. Like Aztec, I ignore Aztec and Manuel because they leave so many nasty comments. Like, I'm gonna read this to you, but you will know that if I see you, I will acknowledge you, and normally I will put an emoji from the members. And I will just put an emoji, just let you know that I see you, right? That's my hello. So this is Aztec, right? 7 days ago now, or probably 9 days by now. But he says, somebody commented, oh, this guy blocked me for telling the truth. And then Aztec puts on there, that's what Dennis and his mods do. They get triggered when they have no valid answers for your questions and when they know you're correct. And it's just like, okay, how am I supposed to take that? And then pretty much this whole entire grifter and pedophile protecting administration of President Bone Spurs is coming to light. Everything you say will get you banned, like they did Jimmy Kimmel. Like so how can I say hello to Aztec without any sort of animosity in my mind when I see his name after
Well, when you see
reading
him, you
that
say,
kind of
"Hey,
comments.
thanks for that nice comment, asshole."
Yeah, and I have.
Next time, at least say something true.
Yeah.
You know, like, I don't know. Fucking, no, that makes no sense. So here's the thing. Obviously, you know this already. You'll never make everyone happy.
Oh,
You'll
yeah.
probably never make even most people happy.
Yeah.
So as long as you're doing what you're doing, like, saying the facts, yeah, sometimes you say, oh, you're, bullshit, or you're an asshole, libtard, this and that. I would too, probably a lot more than you. So
Trust me, I watch my mouth. I am
Yeah,
an F guy because from El Salvador.
Yep, you too. Love you, man.
Only somebody that's going through the same problems actually understands you. Oh, this guy has a this guy has a new username. When people get blocked, they like to go and create new profiles so they can come in here and talk some BS. Let's see what day did you get your channel, bro? What day did you get your channel? Yeah, this channel doesn't have any content. Yeah, this guy just made that channel, bro. Yeah, when somebody starts spamming like that, it's just pointless to leave them, to leave them here on the chat so we can just get rid of them. All right, let's see. Let me move this up a little bit. Man, thank you for calling, Steven. I appreciate that. I really appreciate that. Look at you guys. Don't even know, huh? You're welcome. You're welcome. Let me put it here. I can't really show you the whole screen, obviously, because, copyrights probably. We don't know. Yeah. That was an honest call, and Steven, appreciate you. Thank you for calling in. Coyote, man, thank you for giving somebody a free membership. Let me go take a quick look, real quick look at my emojis and see if I can get new ones. Thank you, Steve Buzz, for signing up. And let's see. I think I needed 11 more. I don't know if I reached that yet. All right, so 7 more members to be able to create. I think it says 11 emojis. So we can have 11 more emojis if I get 7 more members. That's going to be fun creating. We can do all this stuff in there. And I will also, this is just, we're adults, but we like to have fun, right? This is just for entertaining purposes. If you become a member and we are allowed to get 11 more emojis, I will let you know when that happens. And then we can go ahead and make more emojis to your liking so that you can throw them out there. If you have a saying, if you have a specific thing, thank you, Steve, appreciate you. If you have thing that you're into, maybe a soccer player or whatever. If you sign up for a superstar level, I think that's what I called it. It's the 24, I don't know. You got to have money, guys. EBT doesn't work. But you got to have money to do that. And I'm not going to put that burden on you. This is just for entertaining purposes. You will get your own emoji. Whatever emoji it is that you want, I will make it for you. Take a picture of something. We can make it an emoji. And it can be anything. You can put Ronaldo. You can put Messi. If you're into soccer, into football, whatever it is, it doesn't matter. I will make it for you if you are a superstar. I only had 2 superstars, which, Trinity is still there, but I haven't been able to talk to her. So I hope she's doing okay. I love Trinity. I miss having Trinity with me on my show. I need some membership. Wedo disagrees with me probably 50% of the time. Mind speak, he gets too drunk. He doesn't renew the memberships. And plus, he's cheating on me watching another podcast. I still love Mind speak. He's still my boy, man. It's all good. It's all good. Hey, Minion, what's going on? What's popping? Yeah, Dosito. There you go. It's it's an Iraqi thing, bro. I was confused, bro. My bad, bro. My bad. I thought it was Iraq. I could be wrong. I don't know. I'm sorry. Listen, I'm called Mexican all the time, so I don't want to hear jack squat from anybody on the other side of the hemisphere. Yeah, MindSpeak is all good. MindSpeak, he has money. He's not a member when he don't want to be a member. That's what I know. But yeah, we're looking for 7 more members at least to do 11 emojis added to the chat. Again, we can still do the super chats, but it'll be no commercials. Well, at least from my end, there will be no commercials at all. We'll turn that off, and I won't make any money off commercials. But then I'll be able to speak freely without having to watch my mouth too much. And our content should be able to go on a different direction. On the mobile, on the computer, let me know how much the memberships are and the super charges you donate to the channel. It's expensive, brother. If you do 10, well, at the lower level, let me see. If you do the regular ones, let me see if I can get the calculator here. Let's see. I think it should be maybe about $50. I think it's like the lowest. I think it's. Let me go back to look at it. The lowest membership. Let's see levels. Here we go. So the lowest level of memberships I have, it's $2.99, $6.99, and $24.99 for the Superstar. But I think YouTube charges a little bit more, and I think that has to do with their earning, and also because of my taxes. So that's what it looks like. So at $2.99, you might be paying $3.99 maybe. So that's kind of how you got to look at it. Yeah, I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much. That's a lot, bro. That's a lot of support. I appreciate that. Oh, thank you, brother. Oh, man, I appreciate that. Superstar. Thanks, Jason. Yeah, man, just throw them out there. Yeah, just throw them out there, and whoever gets it, right? So Oscar got a membership. No, he didn't. I thought he was green. My bad. Yeah, do it on the chat to gift memberships, because if you just put a super chat, it won't be for memberships. Let me see who gave a free membership. Coyote gave a free membership. Coyote, how did you give the free membership? I thought there was a way to do it. Like, yeah, okay. Yeah, there's a membership gifting. If you go to the dollar sign, to the dollar bill, you can do membership gifting. Yeah. Yeah, that'd be cool, dude. Oh, I see. Oh, I see. You know what? Let me check. No, you can do it. It's the bottom option. You just have to scroll it up a little bit. You might have to scroll it up after you hit the dollar sign. Unless there's a setting that I don't know about. But yeah. And that I don't like 23. What's going on there with Oscar? A1 detail and service. Oh, that's good, bro. Is it? Hey, Oscar, is that your business or you work there? Let me see on my iPhone. That's crazy. I think somebody told me that before. I don't know why he does that, brother. Got to change my email. You're right. Yeah. and we can have a live with Starlink, by the way. We can have a live, and everybody that is a member and those who want to become part of the channel will also be able to see what we're really trying to do with this channel, okay? So, yes, entertainment, let's have some fun. You know, I spend a lot of hours, streaming live content, just kind of, so that we can have conversations, have this and that. Some people, they don't appreciate it. They're very rude. That's why you guys hear me cussing people out sometimes. But, at the end of the day, we have a lot of plans in our channel. And I say ours, it's not because of my wife and I, but ours, because you guys are the ones supporting it, and you guys are making it happen, okay? Now, Docito is the one that has to do it. He needs to be the ones throwing out their memberships. Unless he also has an iPhone, and then he can't do it either. Steve, thank you so much, man. That's a huge one, brother. That's making money like that. Right now, I'm making 50% of what I was making on my full-time job. So, yeah, that's that. And it's not something that I'm getting paid by Republican. No, I don't like politicians. And if somebody supported me, with a lot of money, I wouldn't just be saying things to make them look good. I think that they have to be good people for me to take that money and talk about them. Okay, so there's that. Yeah. All right, let's see, you guys. But if you guys like soccer, I hope you're enjoying that. Let me see. There was some news here. Let's see. Here we go. Here's some scathing criticism of Pam Bondi. Somebody wanted to talk about Pam Bondi. Let's see what Fox says about it.
Bondi's out. Less than a month after President Trump fired his DHS Secretary, Kristi Noem, he has also fired Attorney General Pam Bondi. Now, this is how Washington works. One day, you're with the president at the Supreme Court oral arguments. The next day, you're packing your office. It's brutal. In the interim, until a replacement is picked, Bondi's deputy, Todd Blanche, will serve as acting AG. On X today, President Trump called Bondi a great American patriot and a loyal friend who did a tremendous job overseeing a massive crackdown in crime across the country, with murders plummeting to their lowest level since 1900. For her part, Bondi said it was an honor of a lifetime to serve and that she was proud of the work she's done and vowed to continue supporting the president. Now, Bondi stuck with Trump, let's not forget, during the most difficult, high-stakes battles of his political life. She was a key figure defending him during his first impeachment, and she was a stalwart surrogate on the campaign trail. She battled Democrats and the media, defending Trump when many others ran. And at DOJ, there have been major wins. The crackdown on cartels, gangs like Trend-Aragua. They've helped bring that group down nationwide, and that's meant safer cities. And now U.S. attorneys are aggressively going after the massive fraud that we found in California and Minnesota and beyond. But President Trump, nevertheless, had grown increasingly frustrated by other headlines, like this: mistakes and redactions in the Epstein files, and then a supposed mistake in information turned over recently to Hill Democrats. But perhaps the most scathing criticism of Bondi was about her handling of the Epstein files. During the campaign, the president made a clear promise to voters that those files would come out. And when he won, he handed that responsibility to Bondi.
One of the things that you alluded to, and this is something Donald Trump has talked about, the DOJ may be releasing the list of Jeffrey Epstein's clients. Will that really happen?
It's sitting on my desk right now to review. That's been a directive by President Trump. I'm reviewing that. I'm reviewing JFK files, MLK files. That's all in the process of being reviewed.
Now, months later, the Justice Department and FBI said that no such list existed. Now, when White House Chief of Staff Susie Wiles spoke to Vanity Fair last year about Bondi, the writing seemed to be on the wall. Wiles said she completely whiffed. First, she gave them binders full of nothingness, and then she said that the witness list or the client list was on her desk. There is no client list, and it sure as hell wasn't on her desk. In Washington parlance, the ever-loyal Pam Bondi had become a political liability. And now timing becomes part of the story as well, because Bondi was scheduled to sit for a House deposition in mid-April on the Epstein matter. The committee will still try to force her to appear. Finally, it was no secret that President Trump has been exceedingly annoyed that none of his political adversaries have had to answer for their vicious political witch hunt that they waged to try to destroy his presidency, really going all the way back to 2015. In September, posting on X, the president accused Bondi of being basically all talk and no action, writing in part, "Nothing's being done." He was citing Comey and Letitia James, Adam Schiff, and he wrote that they're all guilty as hell, but we can't delay any longer. It's killing our reputation and our credibility. Of course, Comey and James were indicted, but those cases were dismissed.
Man, you make 90% of my haters members, bro. Oh, man. Jay Adams. Jay Adams has become a sponsored. Oh, boy. Nancy Hamby received from Jason Martin 10 memberships. That means that I got to go to work this weekend. This weekend, I got to come up with 11 more emojis for you guys to play with. If you guys do become superstars, you guys get to tell me what emoji you want to use. I don't care if it's a bad one of Trump, if you don't like Trump. If it's a good one of Trump, it doesn't matter. If you're a superstar, you get to pick your emoji to be able to spam on the chat. Sparingly spamming, not filling up the whole screen, of course. Jason Martin, thank you so much, brother. I appreciate you. Steve, you as well, my friend. Oh, fantastic, bro. Thank you so much, Steve. I got your text message. I'm reading it right now. Thank you, brother. I appreciate it. Hey, listen. We'll see, man. I am really hoping that the channel does grow, not to help Trump or politicians. Okay, the plan of me running for governor here in Washington State is still on the table, but I honestly would rather be involved handing out free lunches. I'd rather be handing out free clothing for people that need it. And who knows? Maybe if I don't run for governor. And maybe I join some sort of group, or we just stick with the charity that we're going to build, right? I don't know what we're going to call it yet, but I have a couple of ideas for the name of the charity. But we need to make sure that we find people that we can trust. I don't know, maybe my wife and I can get started, and then we'll go from there. Thank you, brother. I appreciate that, man. Thank you for the kind words. Thank you for the encouragement. Thank you. Well, you understand me a lot more than other people, because you do know what ADHD feels like. How about actually marketing the channel and doing ads, getting your interviews and guest hotspots. If we get to a level, man, where we actually creating money of interviews and speeches or whatever, then yes, I will actually need to hire a staff. And I will actually love to have staff that works with me so that I can actually concentrate on the message instead of looking at 3 screens, which I love, by the way. But I would love to be able to sit down and just concentrate on what I got to give you. Mods, you guys are phenomenal. You help me a lot, and I appreciate it. So, I normally share very more personal stuff with members, because I feel that members actually are supporting me more than just subscribing and liking my videos. But at the same time, I do have a circle of really close members who I actually have numbers from, and we communicate, maybe not on a daily basis, but when we need to, we got each other's back. So some of those, I know Dosito's not a member, but he is a friend of mine. I know Jason Martin. I know Jason Beatrice as well. Big Bros, Brian, Robert, and Man. Those are my friends, who I consider friends here on YouTube, and family as American patriots. I'm a naturalized American citizen. They are not. They are birthright American citizens, and they support me 100%. Always give me words of encouragement and have my back. I would not have any better people than my veterans having my back. I'm very proud of that, and I love every single one of them. And Steve just came into my life, and I believe it when he says that he loves me. And I think it's a lot of mutual respect. I'm the kind of person that if you come into my life, you got my love, you got my respect, everything, 100%. You do, 100%. But it's up to you what kind of a friendship we're going to have from there on. And so if you're a jerk, maybe we don't want to be friends, right? If you're just like negative all the time, then we don't want to do that. I know somebody made a pledge of $100,000 for a campaign run. I don't hold the person accountable for it or even expect it, but I really want to start doing here in the next few weeks. Okay, give me a few weeks, maybe a month, and once I get this charity started, because I know there's going to be a lot of paperwork. I don't know what entails to do it. I can always do a page for myself, right? If you do PayPal, PayPal will probably be the best way. Let me see if I can open here on the app, because I saw something in here that I can share, some sort of link besides the one on my description. Let me see. I saw something new here. Let's see. Okay, it should be let me see if it's this one. Let me see. I don't know. I think this one is. I think this one, it has to be. It's like a request. I don't want to request people money, but Jason Martin, thank you, brother, for the support. Have a good night, brother. But before you go, I believe, who do we got here? Is it Cutting Edge? Who is the boss of the chat? I told you guys to remind me. You guys are not good at reminding me. Yeah, Cutting Edge took the lead back. I think he was the beginning. I don't know if I missed somebody in there, but you know what time it is. We got to put on the boss chat. Before you go, brother, maybe you can enjoy this. And with that, I will take a 1-minute break. I'll be right back. Big boss, the jefe, el patron. Cutting Edge, as always, the jefe. Brian says like a jefe. Final Billy. Final Billy came in a little bit too late. He did not get the free membership. Hopefully those who got the free membership enjoy it. And this weekend, of course, I am going to try to do a live outdoors. I want to get, a little bit more ahead. I want to get some Starlink so that I can travel with, with internet in all those dead spots that I cannot get cell phone reception when I'm up in the mountains. For those of you who are, faithful to the channel, I guess, you guys can see me driving from the freeway. You'll see the roads that would take. I don't have a crew with me, so I can't show you like different angles as I'm driving. But as I've done before, I will go ahead and show you guys some. And then we can actually, that's the, let's see, we'll talk to Rush. Have a great night. God bless. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah. Yeah. All right. So, and then that way you guys have a better experience, right? Because you're going to be able to see not just this background that I have set up for you guys to, for your eyes to be playing with, but you guys will get to see the freeway, maybe some traffic. But we're going to have this conversation as we go. Who knows? Maybe I'll play the audio of some, maybe a speech or something. But when we get to the location, of the places that we know here in Washington State, you guys will be able to come with me, and then you guys are going to see what it looks like over here if you're not from Washington. Let's see. Can we just talk about the many impeachable offenses made in the last 14 months? They keep happening every day. You're going to make a run for president. No, I can't run for president. I'm not I don't have a birthright citizenship. But impeachments, you know what I want to hear? I want to hear impeachments about Ilhan Omar. I want to hear impeachment about Talib Rashid, all these traitors that are not American citizens. Their loyalty and their fealty is to foreign countries. You don't ever see me here rooting for Honduras in the United States of America. I root for the United States of America. Steve, no way. Freeway and traffic? Yes! Yeah, bro. But, so, the reason why I don't have it right now is because, oh my God, dude, these guys... So it's like $248, right, to get the equipment for Starlink. And then it's like $150 plus tax every month. That's okay. $150 a month plus tax, it's okay. But I also pay $130 for my internet here at home. So that's like a $300 bill monthly. But the Starlink, it's unlimited, they said. And, I will be able to give you guys that experience. And then maybe one day when you guys want to come and visit Washington State, you come down here somewhere north or south of Seattle, and then I can kind of take you guys in. Let's see. Dosito wants to make a phone call. Yeah, go ahead, brother. You can call me. Yeah, the phone number's still there. Steve, such a blessing, brother. Thank you so much. And of course, Jason Martin, I think he left. Oh, he's still here. I thought he left. And then Jason Martin, thank you for the blessing of the free membership gifts. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate it, and I can't wait. Let me see if it's updated on the emoji part of it. Let's see. Let me refresh. What's going on, brother? You're live.
Oh my God, Dennis, my boy.
¿Qué pasa?
¿Qué pasa, compa?
These Iraqi people, they don't like to put memberships down. What the hell's going on with that? It's an Iraqi thing. I don't know what's going on. Hey, how come he put 10 memberships out there, but Dosito, Aztec, you guys didn't get it? What happened?
Man, you know what? They picked the EBT ones.
Bro, what's going on? It must be some sort of EBT thing. I don't know. You might be right. Oh my gosh, dude, that's funny. That is funny, bro. I can add more emojis right now, bro. Let me see if I got some that I took off.
Hey, you know what? I got an idea for you.
What's
You
that?
should put an EBT. You should put an EBT card emoji.
Bro, come on, man. The people gotta choose, bro.
How funny would that be?
Oh man.
If somebody selected an EBT emoji, how funny would it be for you to make an EBT emoji?
I will put it on. Yeah, I'll put up in the in EBT. Okay, so here's the thing. We lost the sombrero, so the sombrero is coming back, right? Just for now, just until people get their. No, it's not the sombrero because there's only one more emoji. Yeah.
Put my people on there. Put my people on there. You know, like the you know that one skit. You know that one skit that you like to play. That one skit. Remember?
Oh, the people that are making fun of my accent. Oh, bro, that's right, man. We gotta play it again. Shut up.
Once a stronghold of forces loyal to captured dictator Saddam Hussein, the city of Tikrit, here in northern Iraq, is now firmly under the control of American forces. Or is it? These members of the Iraqi resistance movement, still loyal to Saddam Hussein, think otherwise.
The Americans tell lies.
Each
day our forces grow stronger. Each day we move closer to our goal of driving the infidel... What are they?
Nothing. Carry on.
Driving the infidels from our motherland. We are not afraid to... Are they subtitles? They are, aren't they?
No.
Well, what do I need subtitles for? Can't you understand what I'm saying? I studied English at the bloody American University in Cairo.
Well, obviously I can understand what you're saying.
Oh,
but
you see how they condescend to us with their subtitles.
Oh, maybe it's teletext, you know, for the hearing impaired.
Teletext?
No, a lot of TVs come with teletext nowadays.
Wait, say something again.
My friend has an 80%...
Hey, how come he doesn't need subtitles?
Well, obviously he's comprehensible.
No, and I'm not!
Look, if you...
I speak perfect English. She sells seashells by the seashore. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. Round the ragged rocks, the Oh!
The situation remains as dangerous and volatile as ever here in northern Iraq. While the rebuilding continues...
What? I can't understand you speak English. Where are your subtitles now? Oh, you think you're so good? Look at me! I got subtitles!
Kerry Downs, Iraq.
Shut up!
Shut up. Oh man, that's the. It's probably gonna be like I don't think it'll ever get old. I think that
It's never gonna get old.
I think that video is just fantastic, bro. I think it's fantastic. Let me see what's going on here. How come I don't see my new oh, there it is. So there's that one.
That's the funniest skit. It's never gonna get old. It's never gonna get old because ever since it came out, I sent it to my dad and he always laughs. I swear to God, Dennis, I swear. How you been, Dennis?
It's hella
Man,
funny,
how's
dude.
everything
It is just hella funny, dude. It's hella funny. I love it.
Listen, when you can joke about your own people like that, that's when you know it's funny as hell.
Hell yeah, dude.
100%, right?
Yeah. You have to be able to laugh, man. Come on.
Bro, people these days, they don't know how to laugh. People these days, they think everything's so offensive. It's like, what happened to 20 years ago when we were able to, clown on each other? Like, dude, hey, Dennis, me and my black friends, do you know what we do to each other? You have no idea. We say the most obscene shit to each other, the most obscene racist jokes to each other, and we look at each other like we're best friends. Like it never affected any of us.
Yeah, it shouldn't.
What happened to those days?
Yeah, it shouldn't. Yeah, you're right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, Dennis, if I told you, you're a burrito eating, whatever.
I'm a beaner. I am a beaner.
Yeah, if I told you you're a bean, then you're gonna sit there and you're gonna laugh.
Yeah.
You're gonna call me
Yeah,
a red camel jockey.
I do that all the time. Yeah, I do that all the time. I'm a beaner. I know that.
And you're gonna call me a camel jockey, and I'm
I would never say that because I don't know that joke. You know, I don't have any anti-Semitic jokes. I don't have any anti-Semitic jokes.
Come on, man.
No, I don't. I don't have any. You know, it's funny when people say anti-Semitic. See, this is how I am. When people say anti-Semitic, they think it's just Jews, but I think it's all of you guys over there. You know, all the Arabs and the Jews. You know, I think that anybody that makes jokes about, you know, anti-Semitic, it affects Arabs as well. But that's just me. I don't know if anybody else does that. But
I'm not an Arab.
Iraqi, you guys are all, everybody in the Middle East is, Persian.
So, all right. So let me teach you. Let me tell you something.
Go ahead.
Catholics are not considered Arabs. Arabs are Muslims. That's what Arabs are.
Right, but they still be anti-Semitic, right?
Well, we're indigenous. We're indigenous because my people speak Jesus Christ language, Aramaic.
Aramaic, yeah. That's pretty cool, man. I wish I could too.
That's my biggest flex. That's my biggest flex on people.
You know, honestly, bro, what do you think? Now we're gonna fight on this one because I think Latin is. But what do you think is the language that angels will speak the most?
Angels will speak?
Yeah. The most, like the most that the angels will speak. Which language do you think the angels will speak the most?
They speak every language. They can communicate with everybody.
No, of course, 100%. But what is a language that you think that they will use to confuse a lot of people the most? I think Aramaic is pretty good. I think that's pretty secretive language, to be honest. But I always think Latin. Everything is a descendant of Latin.
But you know what though? They communicate with everybody with different, with their language, I think.
Yeah, well, that's the whole Christian belief of the baptizing of the Holy Spirit. When somebody receives the gift of tongues, it's not just angelical tongues. It's supposed to be any language that, you know, like you can speak your language on a message, but the people, each person, according to their original language, they will hear it in their language. That's a gift 100%. Of tongues. That's a gift of tongues. So let's say, for example, I got the gift of tongues, right? I can translate, tongues, but I can't tell you what the hell I'm saying in Arab. I don't know what that is. I don't speak Arab. I don't speak Aramaic. I don't any of that. So if I speak in Spanish, you will be hearing it. If you're English, you'll hear it in English. If you're German, you hear it in German. If you're Chinese, you hear it in Chinese. That's how the gift works. It's not that you're over there speaking in different languages. You know what I'm saying? It's not you talking. It's God talking to the people. So when people go out there and say I'm speaking in tongues and nobody understands what the hell they're saying, that's fake. Unless somebody gets up and translates what that was, it's fake. The Bible says that you will always be verified by another person.
Pardon my ignorance. What is tongues? Like when they say, "Oh, they're speaking in tongues."
Tongues is not a language. It's not. In Spanish we say idioma. It's not a. It's like a dialect. Tongues is like a dialect. So like for example, if I know what it is. You know, if I say Ishqara Mati Ela Masai, I know what that means, and it's a language that or a dialect.
Is that like the De La Muerte language?
No, it's a dialect that when you speak it, you can hear it in your language, but that's a way to communicate in private with God. Normally, if I have certain fears or certain things that I want to keep private between me and God, and I don't want nobody else to hear, I will speak in tongues. But in my brain, I hear it in Spanish, and that's something that He can't touch. So yeah, it's pretty cool. I didn't ask for it, by the way. It was just given to me for some reason. But it's one of those things that it doesn't matter if you have a gift or not. That doesn't mean that you're saved. That has nothing to do with salvation. So it's meaningless if there's no purpose for it. To me, obviously is valuable, but it doesn't. It's meaningless when it comes to. It's not gonna give me salvation. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. If people don't believe, that's okay. They don't have to believe. I'm not here to to convince people to believe anything that I say. But that's just my belief. All right, let me go ahead and finish. This clip is almost done here. Trump hounds Bundy to prosecute adversaries, and you know what? Let's talk about Bundy here since you're on the phone. I like Bundy. Why don't you tell me Bundy should have been fired when she messed up with the Epstein files, but say it in Aramaic.
You want me to say it in Aramaic?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know how to speak Aramaic.
But you said you brag about it. You said, "Oh man, this guy just dropped the bomb."
I understand it, but if you want me to, I can speak in Arabic if you want.
Just say something. I don't know. I give you a sentence so that you don't.
All right. Look. Kusukhat bandi, kus umha, or kusukhat. What I said is that fuck Pam Bondi, fuck everything that I ever had to do with her, and fuck her whole family.
Damn. Okay, don't speak Aramaic anymore, and don't translate again ever. That was horrible.
I'm gonna tell you. Well, look. Me and Pam Bondi, we don't get along because when she was in Florida, like when she was working in Florida under what is it, Governor DeSantis? That was.
Yeah.
Okay, she messed up a whole bunch of things, and then she came into Trump. She messed up 3 or 4 times, maybe 5 times, big times. And there were. You gotta admit when she messed up.
Yeah.
And she, the way she handled herself, she kind of like gave herself away during the her what is it called? Her congressional, what was it? The meeting that she had with Congress, whatever.
Yeah.
And the way that she handled the Epstein files, like she totally blew it. If that was me as president, I would have fired her the minute that she blew up the Epstein files on how she said that she had, the clients' people's names on her desk, this and that. I would have got rid of her that day. That same day that she gave that interview, I would have fired her right on the spot. Like right after she was done with that interview with Fox or whoever, I would have told her, you know what, your time is done. I'm going to find a new position for you. It's going to probably be private sector, or it's going to be somewhere in the Pentagon or wherever it is.
Yeah, well, so but that's because you took that very literate, and we just saw that, right? What she just said right there. So she said that she said she was going. No, she just said it. She said she was going through the files. She mentioned the Epstein files, but she also said the JFK files and something else, and that she's going through them.
Okay.
Yeah, but she got them on her desk, and the way that I understand that, it doesn't mean that she just has them on her desk. It would be stupid to really take that comment directly because those files need to be filed securely. So I don't believe that they would just be sitting on a desk in her office. I don't believe that. I think that there will be files that are secured, but she has them on her possession to actually go through them. That's what I gave her the benefit of doubt. But then she dropped the ball again on the freedom of speech and the whole redaction mistake. And I get it. I blame Congress as well because they are the ones pushing for this shit to come out here so fast.
Let's take a couple steps back. The redaction was not on her. The redaction was on FBI. She's not in control and the authority of redacting the files.
She's responsible for it.
No.
She's responsible for it. No, she's responsible for it.
FBI is the ones that do the redaction. It's not on her.
Yeah, but she's the one that has to take the responsibility for it. And when you listen to the Congress hearing, it was her fault that it happened.
No. Dennis, I'm gonna push back on that. I'm gonna push back on that a million times because when it comes to stuff like that, when you're being investigated,
yeah,
the redaction is not on her. She doesn't have authority to redact anything. That's all on the FBI, because the FBI has the investigation and they're doing the investigation on that. Do you get what I'm saying or no?
Well, who is the Department of Justice?
Department of Justice?
Yeah.
Pam Bondi.
Okay, that's her. She's the head. FBI is not the head. So what I'm saying is this. So the U.S. Department, right, Judge?
She has no authority to redact.
Yeah, but
any files.
the DOJ, she's Attorney General. She's the one with the legal authority over it. The FBI is responsible for redacting the documents. It's Epstein files, right? Which is what we're talking about. But
Come on, Dennis, you think one person is going to go through 3 million files and make sure that all the files are redacted?
But she's, well, of course not. That's what I'm saying. That I blame Congress for that. But Pam Bondi, it's an Attorney General, and she's the one tasked with executive law. So not executive, executing the law. So she has to go. The whole actually says the actual page-by-page review and redaction process is conducted by a large team with the DOJ. So yes, while the FBI does redact documents, it falls on the Attorney General, who is actually responsible for that to go out smoothly. That's why I say I blame Congress, because they were saying, "Where's the files? Hurry up, fast, fast, fast." Well, that's when you make mistakes.
You're telling me if the FBI has a thing for Pam Bondi to ruin her and whatever. I'm just saying hypothetically.
Well, that's different.
I'm just saying hypothetically. You're telling me that if the FBI misredacted a lot of the files on purpose, it's going to fall on Pam Bondi?
Yeah. You didn't know that?
That doesn't make sense.
Yeah. Here we go. Let me get something for you. Here, look at the chat. The Department of Justice, the primary authority overseeing the review and release of the files, led by Attorney General Pam Bondi. That is her key role, her responsibility. She is overseeing, before anything is thrown out there to the public, she needs to make sure, she needs to review everything, and her team. And remember, if her team makes a mistake, it's on her anyway. That's just how it works. But that's what I'm saying. Like, I give it the benefit of doubt, and I'm blaming Congress, because these are millions of files. Can you imagine how long 100%. It will take? It will take years.
It will take 10 years.
So for her to do it in a month. That's why I argued about this about a month or two ago, and I was pissed off about people going off on her, and I'm like, no, I said, you motherfuckers were trying to force her to release those files right away, and you continue to push the envelope on that, and that's what happens. And so that's what I'm blaming on. Let me see. I think Steve wants to call here real quick. You can stay on the line if you want. Hold on.
Bud?
Hey, what's going on, bud?
Hey, first off, they had way longer to get those files out. It was supposed to be 30 days, and I think it was like 75. Right?
Yeah. 30 days is what I remember. Yeah.
I hear your point, but my point is, the way she acts, testifying. They ask her a question, she doesn't answer it.
Yeah,
she
I know, man.
Some insult.
Yeah.
That's what's so depressing.
Yeah.
I have no faith in her. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I don't disagree with it. I'm just I like to give people the benefit of doubt, and I'm trying to find the other side of information. But as I always say to people, when I defend somebody, I wouldn't put my hands on the fire for anybody.
No, right. But here's the thing. She's actually horrible. Like, I'm sorry. Like, I'm the same way, as you. Like, I try to find, the good in people.
Yeah,
but she's really let everybody
down.
No,
she messed up big time. She messed up big time.
It's Todd Blanche is the head of DOJ, not her. But that was just a little correction.
Yeah,
sorry.
but according to the position description, it falls on her, because they didn't blame Blanche. They blamed her.
No. Right, I was just saying he is the head of DOJ. Like, because
Well, she's the head. He's the what do you call it? her officer.
Attorney General.
Yeah, but he's just her officer. I can't remember what the name of his title is. Yeah, but here, let me see. I think it was on here.
Todd. It says Todd
Yeah.
Blanche is serving acting Attorney General.
Yeah, now.
head of yeah.
Yeah,
I
but
was just giving you a little correction.
but now it's
Yeah,
because he's acting. That's why he's now the head, but it's actually Pam Bondi.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, you're right.
Stop confusing me, man.
It's nice of you to give her a little chance, but she's horrible.
Hey, I said she got to go. I wouldn't call her horrible. I wouldn't call her horrible, but I said she has to go.
You should.
Yeah,
you
I
said
agree.
Some crazy shit before. You should be able to call her horrible.
She's too cute for a grandma, man. I have a soft spot for grandmas like that.
Some mommies, right? Yeah, for sure.
Oh, man.
Brother.
Thank you, Steve. Hey, appreciate you, bro. Yeah, no problem. Later. All right, you're back.
She's horrible.
You guys suck, bro. Both of you guys suck. She's horrible. Ah, man, I don't want to say that about her. You know why, bro? Let me tell you why. And one of the things that, with the administration with Joe Biden, I know that he was sick, okay? So I can't blame him. And, with any politician, bro, if you compare the shitty-ass job that these Democrats have been doing, well, not just Democrats, every politician, all the lies they've told, all the cheatings, the sexual harassment lawsuits, all the shit that happens in Congress, in the Senate, and nobody, bro, gets in trouble, and they're going to go off on Pam Bondi, I got to defend her a little bit, bro, before we let her go. Here, let me answer this call from Jason. Hold on. Hey, Jason.
Hey, I'll wait till you know the phone call.
It's all right. You can go ahead. He's on hold right now. I think Dosito wants to talk longer. What's going on, Jason? What you got?
You're not gonna like me either. I've been saying it a while.
Everybody thinks she's horrible. Yeah.
I don't think she's horrible. She was in over her head.
Yes, I agree. I do. I agree with that. I think she would have handled it maybe 10 years ago, 15 years ago, but not today.
The way she started off saying that the files are on the desk was a really bad move.
Yeah, I know, man. I make an excuse for her, but yeah, 100%. I take it differently, but I'm Hispanic. I don't know how many other Hispanics are this way, but we're very exaggerating, and we're not liars. I don't care what anybody says. We exaggerate about things, and sometimes we say things that it's not really true. But I don't know how to tell you it's not a lie. I don't know how to say it. I guess technically it would be a lie, but it's just an exaggeration. I don't know. Like I just make the example right now. If I tell you that your file is on my desk, it doesn't mean that I have it on my desk. The file is in a file cabinet, but I got it. It's in my hands. Is what I should say. It's in my hands.
Unfortunately, in this business, perception is reality, and reality and perception together is a bitch.
Yeah, trust me, man. I'm learning about politics, brother. Politics is a bitch, Jason. Politics is a bitch.
I want to address something you just said.
Yeah, go ahead.
I want to counter it.
Which one? There's a lot of things you can counter.
It's on the topic of redactions.
Yes, redactions. Go ahead.
On redactions, it is up to the law enforcement entity or agency that brings the charges forward, which are the files that the DOJ receives.
Correct.
Now, it is up to the filer to do the redactions or take them away. Now, the DOJ does oversee redactions, that is correct, but they do not make the actual redactions because that has to be with the filer that did the file anyway.
Right. But
in this case,
if you need them unredacted, who does? Who unredacts?
The FBI has to do the redactions because that's where all the files, Dennis, were found and stored for this case.
Let me see.
Remember when she said she had the files, and then all of a sudden her and Cash Patel went into a fight because they had to go to that Long Island office that had all the files that were like sitting there forever, and then they're having some kind of mismatch of what they're getting, when they're going to get it, all this blase stuff.
Yeah.
The FBI is the one that had these charges and files for these redactions. And she says, well, we need to look at this and this and this. That's great. But it's between the DOJ and the FBI to coordinate that for those redactions. That's why it's been taking so long on all these redactions and stuff. It has to go back and forth between the branches.
So how is she horrible?
I didn't say she's horrible. I said she's ineffective.
Yeah, well, you know, everybody in politics right now, everybody in office right now is ineffective. And so the problem is, it's like, yeah, she messed up. I believe she should be fired. But, you know, Trump obviously is putting her somewhere else in the administration where she thinks should be better, and that's fine. But my problem with trying to go off on her is that, you know, the side of the Trump's administration has been getting hit hard from the left, and even some of their, you know, their own people on the right. And they've been going hard on everything that Trump does, and, you know, whatever. But I find that, you know, we don't have Nancy Pelosi in jail. Ilhan Omar still getting away with shit. You know, AOC, Bernie Sanders. You got all these crooked motherfuckers in office. Nobody's going to jail. I want to see accountability. I want to see people in jail. Everybody on the left is getting away with it. Even Swalwell right now. About time.
Even Don Lemon.
Bro, please. Bro, don't even get me going. So what I'm saying is, like, I'm trying to give a little bit of a break because, yes, I think that those mistakes are fatal and should be punished, but the other side doesn't get punished. And I don't know, man. Maybe I'm just biased with it, but it pisses me off that I don't see the same level of judging, of processing when somebody else lies. How about Shifty Shift? You remember? 4 years. We have thousands of documents. We have so much proof. This guy's going to jail for the rest of it. So much proof. Boom, he becomes president. Oh, shit, we don't got nothing. By the way, how's Biden doing? Yeah, he's doing good. Oh, he's as sharp as a tack. Oh, fantastic. What's going? You know what I'm saying? They just, I didn't say that.
Absolutely.
No, so I'm tired of all that bullshit. And so when people come in here from the other side, right? Oh, you're always defending Trump. And this. Why?
Yeah.
Because everybody's always hating on the guy. Like, tell me something that will put me on your side. Like, if you're already hating him enough, that's not what I do. So I can agree with some things if I believe that's what it is, right? But I still have to back up my vote. My vote is I voted for Trump. That's simple. The policies are still there. If somebody, which is not going to happen, but if somebody in the Democratic Party comes over and says, hey, these are the same policies that I'm going to fight for, or even another Republican. If we believed that Republican was going to do the job, then we would have gone with that Republican, but we didn't. We said no to Ron DeSantis, right? We said no to Ted Cruz. We said no to Marco Rubio. We said no to everybody. We said yes to Trump. So we have nobody, not even left or right, nobody can judge President Trump right now. We made our bed, and we got to sleep in it. I'm going to tell you, there's some things that I don't agree with President Trump, but it's not my power. It's his. He's not my king. He's my president. I voted for him. You know? So that might be confusing for people, I guess. But if he wins, bro, I win. If he loses, shit, I lose. And that's the way it is. You know?
We lose.
There you go. So that's what I'm saying. So I got to defend my family, bro, even if they're wrong. I'm not going to put my hands in the fire for them, like I said. They should still have some consequences. I just can be a whole total jerk against them because everybody else is getting away with their shit. And we don't. Our family keeps getting their finger up the ass, and everybody else just gets to laugh about all the bad things that they're doing. I have really, really bad feelings about this communist, Marxist, socialist pretending to be Democrats still. That's why I played the Chuck Schumer little clip. This is the Democrats that we supported, and now we don't recognize them. It's like they're totally different people. I don't know. Maybe aliens exist.
They're no longer Democrats.
I know, brother. That's what I'm saying.
It's only in name only. It's literally by
Yep.
name only, nothing else.
Yeah, I believe that. And I think that's the only reason why they're still getting millions of votes. Because there's most people that when you have a party, you become a loyalist to it. Right? You know Omar today, right? You know Omar supports me, but he is a MAGA Trump loyalist. And it's like, no, you can't do that. I troll people with my MAGA stuff, and I love Trump. I do. But I will never put my hands on the fire for him. Because if he is guilty of something and I don't know about, hey, at that day when I know the truth and there is facts and there is proof, then I will go ahead and agree with you, and then we'll be in the same boat. But for false allegations, right, even with Shifty Schiff, right, if we have all this proof, we'll take them to court and win the case. And if you don't win, then shut the hell up. And then we don't talk about Shifty Schiff anymore. But they haven't done that. They let him get away with it.
That leads to the ugly truth that needs to be said out loud. Democrats are better at exposing dirt, and they have the stacked courts to push it through.
Well, that's because
they stalk Trump all the time.
That's because it's easy for somebody to hate on somebody when they don't have any conviction. You know,
justice is supposed to be blind. It's not supposed
well,
to be
it's not blind. They're activists. Yeah, but they're not. They're activists.
We know this.
Yeah, they're activists. You know, how are you going to go if you're the judicial branch? How can you go against federal law? Like you are literally going against the law. This is what I was sharing, that little quotes that I wrote down for you guys. And I said, doctors today destroy health. Our lawyers destroy justice. Universities destroy knowledge. Governments destroy freedoms. Religion destroys morals. Banks destroys the economy. Press destroys information. Why do we say those things today? And you probably hear this sharing all over. Why do we say those things? Because all of these things are supposed to be for them, not to destroy. But they're supposed to be there for them. So, you know, if I was to be a judge, you're not going to like me because I want proof. I want a fact. Well, show me. You know, DEI hires, you can know them a mile away.
Oh, yeah.
You remember the sheriff, the congressman, I think it was a congressman or senator, was asking him, he's like, sir, which part of the branch of government do you belong to as a sheriff? He don't know. Judicial, legislative, executive. Who enforces the law? Executive. Who makes the law? Legislative. Who judges? Judicial. I don't know, man. I'm just a migrant. What the hell do I know? Oh, man. That's what you get, man. That's what we get. All right. We win an hour. What time is it, bro? We win an hour and a half over. 9 o'clock. I want to finish my show. Hey, thank you for holding on. Dosito, let me switch to Dosito, okay? Have a good night, brother.
Right,
let me say good night to him.
See you in chat.
Yeah, thank you for your help. Dosito. I wanted to make sure I come back and say good night. It's 10:30 for me. I went over an hour and a half on my show because you and Steve and well, not you, Jason and Steve were over here helping out other people with memberships and stuff. So I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much, Steve. Good talking to you. Don't always agree with me because we're friends, and don't apologize for pushing back. Let's talk because I will be wrong. I'm not perfect. I don't know everything.
Always.
You know, and so if I have a question, bro, I will bring up the article. I'll read it and try to make sense of it. And I can say this: there is a guy in here that I really, really appreciate and really look up to. I can't remember who it was. I think it was Jason. Yeah, I think it was Jason Martin. You know that I don't interpret the English writing as well as I think that I do. And the only reason why I fight so hard on the Constitution is because it does not make sense for our enemies to take advantage of us by using our Constitution. So, you know, being a migrant, when I made an oath to this country, I know that there is a law that does not allow illegal immigrants to become parents of citizens of this country. It just doesn't make sense. All right, brother, have a good night. I'll talk to you on the next one.
You too, brother. Good night. I love you.
I love you too, bro. Say hello to the fam, to your dad. tell him we'll continue to play those clips every time somebody makes fun of my accent, bro. It is what it is.
Always.
All right, brother. Have a good one. Take it easy.
You too. Take it easy.
Yeah. Hey, guys, thank you so much. I really, really appreciate it. You know, I am left without words today. I really am, Steve. And I'm glad you came in. You pulled through. I appreciate you. Jason, appreciate you, brother. We got that extra emoji in there. So anybody that's gone, I think Jason went to Superstar. You'll be able to tell me. I think you said you wanted a Super Saiyan. So Super Saiyan is on there. I put 2 different ones on there. Tell me which one you want to keep. I will try to make them a little bit bigger, as big as I can. Just know that they got to be really small in order for it to fit on there, okay? So if you guys see idiots like this guy that says that we're a cult member, just block them. We don't need that garbage in here. Guys, great conversation, man. I loved it. I loved it. It's how it's supposed to work. I appreciate every single one of you guys. God bless you. God bless your family. God bless the USA. And I hope you had a tremendous, wonderful Thursday. I will see you on the next one.